my God. Becky, look at her.
It's the Let Me Mansplain Podcast.
Hello?
Hang fit. Otherwise, my nigga, you good though.
Yeah. Like, my bad. I just had the weirdest moments of my life. Like, I had tears coming out of my eyes when I was eating, cause like when I was
How
cooking,
was she that good?
bruh. Hey, listen to this,
Was she
bruh.
that good, dog? Did she taste that delectable? That sensational?
Sensational.
Nah, bruh. Like, there's this old superstition that if you put a matchstick in your mouth while you're chopping onions, you won't like cry or whatever. So I'm like, it's okay, cool. I did that, and I didn't cry. So I didn't think it was the matchstick. I just thought, okay, it's just one of those times where I just go ahead and do what I need to do. Fine.
Oh man, you're such a real nigga. Even onions don't make him cry.
Sensational.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Bruh. So I do that, I cook and everything, I'm done. And of course I already took out the matchstick out of my mouth, pause. And then when I sit down and eat, only then it feels like I can feel like the onions, like maybe like from my clothes or something, like piercing my eyes. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Mind you, I'm like, hey, boy, am I enjoying this well that there's tears? But I'm like, nah, my eyes are just burning. Like, yo, that was such a delayed reaction. That was the weirdest shit ever.
I'm not even gonna lie, bro. Like our everyday slang or lexicon or whatever is absolutely cooked me, because as you're talking, bro, there's so many words you're using that I use in so many different contexts. Because you're like, hey, as I'm cooking here, I'm like, yo, this man must be making something sensational.
Sensational.
It's even crying.
No, just a young curry and veggies. Nothing major. It's just damn. I was like, hey, well, the hell's going on? What a delayed reaction to the onions. Like, it's like I could feel onions. That's how I knew it was onions. Like, I wouldn't just have tears coming down my eyes for no reason.
Damn, son. Either way, man, I like that you set the precedent, because, man, I feel like we're gonna cook today.
Sensational.
Bro, hey, yo, dog, I was dying today. You know what I'm saying? Because, like, at our office, right? They did so, because I'm clicking up with everyone. I know everyone, and I know the HR people. Like, the HR people were telling, well, they told me like that. Oh, by the way, not that you do anything because you're a Boy Scout, but next week we're going to be doing surprise drug testing, right? We're gonna do medicals, right? But the thing is, usually when company medicals happen, they're gonna do like, you know, the thing, same old thing, blood pressure, this, that, whatever. They've obviously put that in, but then they added like drug testing. So they were testing for coke, methamphetamines, some other shit. So niggas had to do piss tests on the fly. So
Yeah.
obviously it's going over the whole week. But the thing is, I'm like, yeah, I pull up. Everyone's like, yeah, sure. So I was like, no, you know, I've got meetings during midday. Let me just go cook this thing first. Let me just get it done. Right. Cool. I get in there, do all the things, piss test. Bro, come out. The next nigga after me was like, hey, bro, what did you go to the bathroom for? It's like, yeah, no, piss test. What did they test? It's like, oh, I saw on the form there they were testing against cocaine, whatever. I came out negative. Bro, that nigga got out that shit so quick.
Man's went home.
Man's is like, oh no, I have a number of meetings, whatever. And you see, I've got there early, right?
Yeah.
And then like half of the finance department was working from home.
That's wild.
Bro, operations niggas just didn't pull up. And it was like that thing of they were even doing like the drunk one. They were doing like breathalyzers, everything. You had to walk in a straight line. You had to do all of these coordination tests as well. And I saw them were just looking, and even the ones that were there, they were sitting there. You could see these people are not okay in the spirit, man. Like, they just thinking about all their life decisions flashing before their eyes, bro. But the funniest one was like the finance bros dipped quick.
No, but my no, I get them because they deal with all levels of stress. So of course they'll be the number one suspects. But my thing is like, what do they see, or what do they want to gain out of this random drug testing? Like, is it company policy that no one's supposed to be on drugs or whatever, or is it just out of the blue?
I think it's because like yeah, but no one knows the company. But recently, man, there was like a drunk driving joint where someone was leaving the office and something happened, and there's currently a pending case because it was a company car and this, that, and the other. And
Okay.
just in general, also like our office has become a place of debauchery of sorts, especially our departments in like sales. Yeah, no sales niggas,
Isn't that every single company in the damn world at the moment?
bro.
Everything's just becoming a jungle.
Bro, it's become too much of a jungle to the point now, bro. Like, I think I don't know if I told you on the pod or off air, a nigga knocked up one of his, was it his
Sightings.
sightings in the office. Those different sightings that he knocked up started beefing. There was a whole thing.
Oh yeah, you told the story on the pod.
Yeah. Last year there was like a whole thing where the wife came in and they were fighting in front of customers, and bro, huge company disreputes, whatever. So they were trying to rein some shit in. Well, that's what it looks like from my perspective. When I probe HR, they're like, nah, it's just mandatory run-of-the-mill health tests. I'm like, bro, I've been here and we've done health tests and medicals year after year. This drug thing is new.
Yeah, man. My bad. Yeah, no, my main thing is like, okay, cool, I understand that, but then it's also it's like, okay, but what if you test positive, but then you did the drug, let's say 2 weeks ago, and it's still in your system, or about things like that. So it's like, is there a level? Of course, there is a level, but it's like, do they take into account for, okay, sure, what if these people are doing these things in their own time, but it's not that they're high now. It's just that when they were partying 2 weeks back on a Saturday or last weekend, then they did that and it's still in their system. So that's why I'm like, okay, sure. It seems kind of unfair because it's like, yes, I come into work clean all the time. It's just on the weekend I do my ones and twos. That's why I'm just like, you see, that's where those kind of people get messed up.
And low key, I feel like they did give niggas some grace, because it's like it's not even the first Thursday, or Cape Town and first Thursdays, bro. Like the first Thursday or first weekend of the month, it's always a madness. But I don't know, man. I don't know what was the reasoning behind that. I don't know how they did it, and I don't even know the medical specifics of what comes out, and does it tell you in that great detail? Is it even that good? Because as far as I could see, it was just one of those paper joints. It's not like your shit gets taken into a lab.
Doesn't matter though, because like there's still like the residue and all that stuff. What if, like, let's say you're one of those niggas that don't use a breadboard or even a plate when you make a sandwich, and then you put it in the same place you did your line the other weekend. You know what I'm saying? So now the residues on the sandwich. You see,
Niggas are wild boys doing it on the plate. Niggas want to make sure they eat good on the plate. No, but the wildest one is like, bro, I caught one of the executives looking a bit shaken. Hey,
but that's the problem. It's like they were supposed to know about this, so why should they be shook? It's like I understand. I understand HR works independently to an extent, but he can always know someone. He doesn't have someone on the inside. That's a problem.
Nah, that's terrible team management. Niggas need to do more team building, and not that type of team building. Because now niggas say team building is showing hands at work. That's not the team building niggas need to do. But I found that so hilarious, bro. And it's low key kind of like one of those moments where I'm like, thank God I'm just a boring everyday nigga, man.
Listen to yourself. Niggas telling themselves that they're boring.
I'm a boring everyday nigga who goes on about his business. No funny business from me. Niggas who have wild weekends, bro, sweating bullets. Like the finance nigga, bro, like when his face changed and it's like, oh, there's a piss test, bro. Like, when, even like when you can feel the pit of that nigga's stomach pause.
He said it was gay, so what?
Pause.
Jesus Christ. Like there's no way to even make that sound good at all. Even if you pause it, that's crazy.
But like when you hear some crazy shit that just in that moment you just feel like you're falling off a building, like that thing in your stomach happens, you're like, what the fuck? Like I could see it through that nigga's eyes, that his life flashed before his eyes, and that man damn near bolted out of that office, bro. Like that was fucking hilarious. That made my day. And the thing is, bro, usually niggas are jokey joke niggas around the office. It's niggas who are the life of the party, but there was no jokes flying.
No,
Today,
it's tense.
I was tense, boy. I was tense, especially you see sales and finance. I was tense, boy. And it's gonna be tense the whole week because you can't run away from it. So I think niggas are going to have to go organize so I don't know what they're gonna do, but interesting times, man.
High pressure jobs. It is what it is.
But to be fair, bro, like you can really finesse the tin because it's not like they walk in with you to like watch that you actually piss in there. It's just like go in with the cup, come out with the cup. So if niggas want to finesse, they will be able to. But for me, I just found that hilarious.
Yeah, it is what it is. It happens. I feel like I understand that everyone has their vices and they do whatever they do before they get to work, maybe during work or after work. But it's just it's life though. It happens. Bro, so especially if you're above a certain age, you do know that if something happens, there will be a reaction from the company after that. So that should have been the next level. That okay, sure, this person messed up and crashed a company car while under the influence. So hey, maybe they might just check some shit because they were coming from the office or whatever the case may be. So your mind should go to maybe they'll check some shit. The only way that I only feel bad for them is if they did that shit on the weekend and then they come on the Monday. Then it's like, how I was doing on the weekend and then you guys come on Monday morning. That's crazy.
Yeah, man, that's mad. That is mad. And I also think, especially for like sales niggas, because in our company, like niggas actually get given cars. It's not like you just use your company car Monday to Friday. You can use it whenever you want for whatever you want. So I feel like that's also like something that throws a span in the works because niggas have them permanently. So it's like, yo, that thing kind of put microscope on the fact that, all right, niggas are using company property wildly. Niggas are doing
situations.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, I found that hilarious.
But I know. But yeah, hey, no, thanks for sharing. But let's intro the show.
Man said thanks for sharing like we're in AA, like we're in Narcotics Anonymous.
Isn't that where those niggas ran off
thanks
to?
For AA. Yo, man. But you know what? I don't even know if I should say thanks for sharing that. But one thing, I'm damn sure thankful for sharing this goddamn
sensational
podcast that we are sitting in and you are listening to right now. And as always, you may know you won't catch it up your nose like the blow, but we definitely are going to give you that sensational for the go.
Yeah,
yours truly, Fear Bavaria area, man. And we
Yo, man, this is Wesley Sniper shooting from a distance like Roberto Carlos.
And as always, this is the world's most sensational podcast, the Let Me Mansplain Podcast, where everything goes, just as long as you can mansplain it. Beyond.
Yo, bruh. Like, just as you're explaining that story, I just remember that when I did at the company I used to work at, when I did my internship, at that place we used to have, because since alcohol was, you could only drink, there was like basically there was a bar, right? A bar with juice and alcohol. So then, of course, during office hours, you're only allowed to take juice and then you write down your name and then you pay for it basically. So it gets taken from your salary. Cool. And then the alcohol is free on Fridays after 5. So the alcohol is, you pay for the alcohol after 5. No, wait. So of course the juices is you have to pay for it during the week.
Yo, man is really hitting those after 5 specials. He doesn't even remember.
Bruh, I'm trying to remember how that was years ago, bruh, like years ago. Like, okay, yeah. So you get the juice as per normal, and then the alcohol after 5 you can get, but then you're gonna pay for the ones that you took. And then on Fridays, everything is free after 5. So you can take as many as you want or whatever. But that's like not a trick, but it's like you have to drink on sites. Not, you can't take anything home or whatever, because defeats the purpose.
They didn't give niggas the to-go bag. The cup to go.
Nah, but if you're a real nigga, you're a real nigga. But anyway, yeah, so Basically, that was the case, and it's like every black person that worked there, it was very few of us. Everyone knew that okay, even another white guy, we had this rule like okay, two cans of beer maximum, and then we just chill until we go home type shit. And that's mainly because us as black people, excluding the one white guy, we just like we know how it is when you drink around white people. They can get shit faced as much as you want, as much as they want, and then it's all normal and everything and hunky dory. When we get fucked up, then it's gonna stay and drag for the whole year. It's gonna become your whole personality and everything.
Facts.
Because there was a chick that she got lit at the staff party. And she didn't do anything wild. She was just loud and saying like random stuff. Oh, I'm gonna lose more weight than you, like just normal colleague talk, but then loud as fuck. You know what I'm saying?
I hear that.
Yeah. So then they just started calling her Tequila, and since then, like for years, they started calling her Tequila.
No. That's
See what
wild.
I'm saying? But
Damn,
the very same session, there was a white guy who was shit faced. His wife had to come and pick him up and everything, but no one gave a shit.
Damn, son. Yeah, that always happens. Man, stuff parties get lit. Stuff parties really get lit.
Nah, man, like niggas, I remember my second job, niggas really told me that there was one situation that came like a month or two or a few months before I came. They were like, nah, all the departments were together, and at that company, the women were fire, fuego. Like, it's not just, okay, yeah, all right, but she can use some. No, this is pure fire, pure, bruh. It was no joke. The hiring, the HR there at that company was on the money when it comes to
niggas were cooking.
bruh, niggas were, bro, you could not. It was one specific department, especially when you go upstairs and go to that department, it's heaven. It's pure bliss. Bro, your neck would break if you tried to look at everyone at the same time. But anyway,
yo, as you say that, it's like it brings up some of the things that I've realized about stuff parties. It's like, I don't know why niggas do this, but when it comes to stuff parties, like niggas will be mild-mannered, high by the whole year. But when it comes to specifically shorties within the company, when it comes to stuff parties, now niggas want to shoot from the kickoff. Like niggas have not marinated that the whole year.
Nothing.
They haven't done anything. Niggas just want to.
She's not even your work wife, bro. She's not even your work wife.
And some of them, like there was one last year where even we flew to Joburg, so like the head office staff, the entire head office staff got put on a plane. There was a whole bash, everything got lit. Then we stayed a night at the hotel, right? That was close to the ICC, right? So obviously that one was the worst one because niggas were trying to shoot to score to win the Champions League on the same night. Season hasn't even begun. They want to win the Champions League in the preseason. Niggas wanted to wrap it up and take it home right there and there. No timing. Team building is a very precarious, meticulous process. You don't just shoot. Just one pass, Jay. You kick it off from the half circle, one pass, Jay, and you want to shoot.
Bro, but you can also find that these niggas have been mentally plotting the whole year. Just didn't know what to say. And then they were like, okay, sure, I'm gonna attack at the staff party. And then now you're starting from scratch instead of I'm not even condoning that behavior, but if you're that type of nigga, instead of just establishing that relationship that he so that once it gets to the end of the year, then you can do or try whatever he wants to try. Then if you get shot down, that's it is what it is. But if you get successful, lucky you, but there's repercussions to that. So I know niggas need to manage their shit. Like it's always best. It's like I get that because there's always niggas like either they start wilding out or they start approaching chicks one by one. But it's better to have that vibe that you always have throughout. And then at the end, like it's almost as if everyone mentally knows that I know it's gonna be these two, it's gonna be these two. Yeah, well, everyone has their person so that niggas can back off unless they're like Messi and snipers like that. You know what I'm saying? But that shit I don't condone, but I understand that it happens a lot.
It does happen, but my thing is, man, it's like first and foremost, before we even continue an inch with this conversation, we need to pause for the messaging. We at Let Me Mansplain do not condone any team building of any sort. So if you engage in team building and there are any side effects listed on the long catalog between the fine print, we are not responsible in any way, shape, or form. Brought to you by Let Me Mansplain and Let Me Mansplain Industries. there's certain industries where team building is just part and parcel. Like niggas who work at call centers, bro. Yeah, team builder, wire.
Yeah.
Yo, those niggas are team building, wire.
Hello, bro.
Niggas,
They know that it's not like a full stop for them, so they know that they'll travel as much as they need to, and then when they leave, they leave.
bro, and that place, bro, it's a madness. It is such a madness. And for me, it's like that's one of those places where you have to specify in company policy that interwork relationships need to be of a professional nature.
Like, but that's what I'm saying. They won't put that in the policy because that's a revolving door job. There's no way that you can put that policy and then someone leaves within the next 2 months type thing. You know what I'm saying? So it's like those are jobs that will always have new people all the time. So what's the point of instating that when people always chow in their own time? Of course, it's just you can put in the thing of okay, don't no in-house fornicating on premises, of course, but outside they can't control outside of that.
Yo, bro, the on-premises joints. I feel like I haven't. Oh, actually, wait. Yes, we've had an on-premises. It was one of those ones where if you know, you know. But on-premises joints do happen. On-premises joints are wild.
All the time.
Too wild.
Nah, man, this other homie, but then this was like before this chick became his wife and stuff. But man used to always chow in the car with this chick always 24/7, and then she got pregnant with twins. And then they got married.
Oh, okay, at least. Look,
yeah.
When your work wife becomes your actual wife, that's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, no. Because man's was a sniper. Shame, I won't even lie to you. But then he had to settle down real quick. Like niggas used to say that I know. Man's used to pull up at work. Man's had money. Like man's used to pull up with mad cigarettes and all that shit. Like the things that niggas really value at the workplace. Cigarettes. Man's always had lunch. He always used to buy lunch. Now, ever since the children, he slowed down.
Now he had to slow down, bro. Like there's none of that now. Man's thinking about school fees, bro. And I really feel like that's one of those things that can really fuck your shit up. Like if you have a kid before you're ready to, man.
Ooh, I cannot. But before we move too far off of this topic, he has actually had this topic written down. How do you? The first question is, it's a double barrel question. Is have you ever had a chick at work try to get with you? And the second half of that question is, how did you curve her if you did curve her?
Bro, like that happens quite often. It's usually the new ones because like even me and my colleagues, like all the hands are like, oh, wait, now Uzenzu Chama boy, whatever. I'm like, bro, I'm really not like that at all. None whatsoever. And I feel like that's why I was laughing at that shooting thing. Like there's been a couple where in their minds, I'm just joking. I'm friendly with everyone, but in their minds, they were marinating. So when it got to the staff party, they thought that, hey, we're going to cook now.
Okay.
And for me, I just played it off like the super classical way any nigga could. Is like, oh, no, off the party, where are you going? But no, let's go. It's like, no, the rest of the guys are going. You guys have a good time. I'm out, whatever. And then she didn't buy that. It's like, how? But he's so boring. It's like, nah, I'm out. And then I had to drop the Mrs. at home. I'm going to have a good evening. You enjoy yourself. And then she got the message and that moved on. But I feel like on a day-to-day, bro, like I'm just friendly with everyone. So it looks too weird when you do this. It's like it's jokes, but it's not like
heavy.
It's not like straight out the woodworks.
Bruh, like for me, like a way that I curve it's just a matter of, yes, I will talk to you in the moment. It's like I'll talk to you in the moment, and of course, I'm a person that helps people with shit, so I'll help you with whatever you need, and then I disappear. And then I come back only if you really need something or I was assigned to help you with something. Then I will pop up again. But the way I just curve, I'll just be like, hey, and then you never see or hear from me again. That's my biggest part. Like that's my greatest trick. Like, cause like, especially when you're still young, when like you're in your internship phase, I had chicks saying that I must take care of their 2 kids.
Damn.
Yo. Bro, it was crazy. Like the chick was pretty fire body and everything, but she's like she has 2 kids and her baby daddy only gives her I forgot how much a month.
Yo,
I'm like, bro, this doesn't, like, I don't give a damn about this. But the thing that really pisses me off about those kind of politics is that even if you have tried every single physical thing to curve her, even if you be like, okay, yeah, I'm not really, even if she throws those innuendos and you curve her, be like, yeah, I'm not really interested in that, all that stuff, and you don't necessarily say, oh, I have a chick, because if you had to reject women, then you know how they act. So you'd be like, I know.
Sometimes that even it makes it even a bigger invitation when you say that.
Exactly. So then you'd be like, I know, man. Maybe I'll see with my missus if we're gonna try that out. If she suggests something or whatever, like those things like that. And then I've had a chick say, she was what's this? There was one that said I must have a child. Oh, I was saying the most annoying parts. The most annoying parts is when even if you've done everything to curve them, but they still claim you. So they go around telling everyone that they want you. And then when mostly because you're the man, people will put it on you, like, what's going on between you and this person? I'm like, huh? Like, especially when you're first hearing of it's like, how what's going on? And then they break it down how this girl has been going around saying Lucy she wants you. I'm like, okay, now that you're admitting that she's the one who's doing it, why am I in it? Like,
Yeah.
go to her and go tell her this shit. That's the main point that pisses me off. But I've had multiple like on the work shit always message me 24/7, like
On the teams.
bruh, back to, like, not even like once every 30 minutes type thing, as in like back to back to back to back to back to back to back, as if I'm actually looking at my messages at the moment. So I'm like, and then when I come back after like 30 minutes, I'm like, how? And then what's going on here? All right, bruh.
You know it's late when Shorty's dropping drips on the teams.
Bro, like I don't even like I don't even read it. It's like,
Yeah,
especially if I
facts.
see, it's like if I was there and then like the preview pops up, if the preview pops up and I see that it's nonsense, I mute the person and I carry on with my life. I open it later or maybe even the next day just to see if there's something important there. If it's not, I leave it as is, and that's the easiest way I can curve. Because if you directly curve, you're almost gonna get fucked. Jay, you just have to play it, not even play it. It's just a thing of let me just maneuver out of this and carry on with my life, because there's nothing more blissful or more better than not knowing the deep intricate drama, like not knowing but not being part of the intricate drama, and we're just coming in on a Monday morning and just finding out what is going on, like between two people, and now it's blown up and HR's involved. That shit is hilarious, bro. I won't even lie to you,
Bro, it's just a waste. And for me, it's it's one of those things. And also I realized ever since, not even ever since, but ever since I started gunning for the promotion that I got, it was like I'm too locked in. I've always been too locked in because like these are some of the cautionary tales that will tell niggas, because a lot of niggas will play that up like, yo, it's all sweet, but it really isn't, because man, shitting where you eat, it's not tidy. It's never been a tidy thing and it's never been fun. It's fun when niggas give you taps or whatever, but where paper's concerned, man, I only walk in the door for one reason, and it's for my paper, nothing else.
Sensational.
bruh. Especially when you're locked in and you're doing what you need to do, it kind of, like, I don't know, it like not humanizes, but it removes that thirst level that you have in real life. So it's like, okay, if you see your type in real life, I know you be lit. If you see your type at work, you be like, oh, okay, you can recognize it's okay, sure, this person's pretty and niggas will try, but nothing in you tells you to
No.
go. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't have that feeling of, ish, yeah, she's my type, and let me go. Nah, it's not even that. It's like, I'll talk to you if I talk to you, if there's a need, but if not, then there's no need to. Like, it's not because I'm holding myself back, it's because I don't need to talk to you type thing. Yeah, bro.
So I'm definitely, well, in my industry and what I do, I have to talk to everyone, I have to know everyone, because it's strategic relationships. When I need shit done, I have to be in the mix with everyone. But for me, the number one thing is that this puts me in a position to ask for precarious favors. Like if I need something done and you have a lot of things, I know that I'll be top of mind. So it's the only reason. It also comes naturally. It's not like I'm going in there counting every conversation to say, okay, all right, nah. But also it's just that thing again, that niggas' priorities are just off. I just feel like a lot of gents' priority is really, really off. Because like I said, once I walk in those doors, drive through the boom gates, swipe my tag, get in there, man. I'm just there for one reason and one reason only. It's for the money, man. You don't lose your money over honey.
Bruh. It reminds me of a time where I helped this chick with something and then I just carried on with my life. Next day, I'm walking around and she's like, how why don't we talk anymore? I'm like, what do you mean? She's like, oh no, we're talking so nicely yesterday. I'm like, yeah, because I was
Oh, dude,
helping
there
you with
was a
something.
project.
Bruh, like, oh, that's the worst. Yeah, but especially with projects and when you have to sit and work with someone for an extended amount of time. For me, it's like I never extend to my phone to WhatsApp unless it's like you're gonna be off and you need to tell me something type thing. You know what I'm saying? You like you're on leave or whatever, and you need to tell me something. Then cool. I'm all good with that. But other than that, see, key jokes. We can keep the key jokes in the office at work. While we're working, the keys can be there. I'm cool with that. It's just as long as it's cool jokes. After that, remote silence. Because for me, in my head mentally, I'm separating my work self from my actual self. Because like you're saying, niggas shouldn't do team building or like you're saying when you're at your staff party or whatever, you like eyes, you had your cut off time and then you're vibe posing. And if it was just us, let's say Mansplain had to do a session of some sorts, there's no going home early type shit. Or like let's say you had your chick with you.
Yeah.
You still stay involved in the festivities until the end type shit because it's just you and your homies and you're just doing whatever you need to do. Like for me, it's a no-brainer that okay, this is there. That's why I'm like, work people never come up in my mind when I'm not at work. Ever. And then when you hear people talk as to how like they were like, oh no, I was thinking about singing. I'm like, you'll sit and think about people's lives that you'll work with that doesn't even matter. This person can leave tomorrow. You can leave tomorrow. And then it's on to the next. Like that's the thing that pisses me off. But hey.
I think also it's like the stereotypes also come with like part of the territory, right? So for me, like even that staff party or event type shit, it's like something that I can't help because I always see niggas in my team, right? Because I'm also head of events, so I have to take care of the event to make sure. But like niggas, I've really realized that a lot of gents, especially at least with Hans, man, Hans can differentiate, but a lot of gents, especially unseasoned gents, really have a hard time differentiating between I'm at a lit party for work versus I'm at a lit party to have a good time. Because when you're organizing, I have a tick or a checklist of things that need to happen, and the entrees need to come out at this time. The performer needs to show up now. This has to happen there. The stages were set the right way. Has the CEO's speech been prepared? Has this blah 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 blah.
Bro.
And I feel like when niggas get there and they're like, okay, our budget allows us to have an open bar. Niggas already turning up. Even in the briefing session, when we still talking about, okay, we need to plan this, and this is niggas already in their minds. It's gonna be lit. So that's why I'm like, man, the priorities are really, really in the wrong place, man.
No, that's true. That's very true. Because, like, in a nutshell, with everything that we're saying, is that no matter how you go about it, and no matter what angle you look at it, even if you guys are discreet, there's no way that you can guarantee or not that she's gonna crash out like Elon did this week, bro. There's no guarantee.
Oh man, because even if she's discreet, it will all. I'm correct, man.
The nigga will use words he don't really know.
Yeah, guess this.
Kuthiwa ngabe uyaphi manazi ukuthi ngiyokhuluma isingisi ungangibisi ngoba angifuni ukuba lapho into engizoyenza ngizosukuma lapho ngisakhuluma isingisi nonke ngivele ngifake impama nonke neskim sakho.
I was cooking up something so sensational. I was gonna say even if she's discreet, it's always gonna end up indiscreet.
Thanks.
Sensational.
No
man.
Discreets, cause I know, man. What's Elon and
yo dog, Elon dog. Yo, I'm glad you brought that up. Elon, bro. Sensational segue, by the way. Man, and the fact that he didn't even double down, he folded, makes it even funnier, bro.
It's not even that. It's just here's the thing. It's not even this situation that's making me think, or I don't believe that I'm going to think from this little Twitter spat or social media spat between Trump and Elon. Because Trump une truth his own social media, and then Elon une Twitter, and then people share Trump shit on there. Cool. Or copy and paste it onto his Twitter. Cool. So my main thing is my brain doesn't even start with this. My brain starts with Elon's black eye in that one picture. Now, you feel me? So now certain things are starting to make sense that I know they clocked this guy because maybe he felt like he was getting too big for his boots. And there's a difference between someone from the burbs, which is Elon Musk, and then someone from the hood, which is Trump.
Trump's from the hood. Trump's from the hood.
He's from the Bronx. Hey, bro, what you on about?
All right.
Hey, bro,
He's from the
Trump,
borough. He's from the
look at the way he
borough.
does. Like he wouldn't have like that kind of backbone, quote unquote backbone, if he wasn't from the hood. Like there's very few people who are born and raised in the burbs that's become billionaires that's become as ruthless as Trump. Like it's very few, very
Yeah,
few.
fair enough.
But
I don't
I
know
know.
about the hood thing, but I hear what you're saying.
Yeah. Trump is the most ghetto, one of the most ghetto presidents I've ever seen in the world.
He's from the
That-
streets.
He's just a ghetto white guy. That's what people don't understand. Like he's not dumb at all. He's nowhere near dumb. He's just ghetto. Like he's just hood. Like that's his whole thing. It's like
Low key, I hear you. Low key, I hear you. I remember what's drug dealer? Was it drug dealer Mondays with G Unit? Trump used to always pull up for drug dealer Mondays with 50 cents and Yayo and G Unit. So I hear because like low key, I don't want to say where we gotta come back to this, but Trump's image really did a 180 because pre his presidential run in 2016, Trump was like a staple in the black community. Like niggas rated Trump. I don't know how many bars from Young Jeezy to 50
Ray Shremmerd.
Cent, Ray Shremmerd, even what's this the white guy that died, man? That was with Ariana.
Miller.
Yeah, he has a whole song, Donald Trump, where he's like, bro, like
It's because in politics, it will all like they will always try to paint the worst picture of you in politics. So either way, he was gonna go down this road. The racist angle was the easiest angle that they could have ever painted on him. So they went ahead and did that. Do I believe that he actually gives a damn about race? I don't really think so. I won't even lie to you. Like to him, it's like it's money. All he sees is dollar signs, and if there's a benefit there, he'll go there, no matter what, regardless of whatever's going on. But not to go off of the main topic here, but the main thing is like my first thoughts was like, okay, I went back to the purple eye that Elon had. I'm like, okay, sure, the bust up of course happened way before, but I think Lord knows what it was about because Trump might have just woken up and said, "How this guy isn't really benefiting me in any way." But it's also like a thing of even when we went, when Ramaphosa and crew and gang wins, it was just a thing of like that's what I said in the previous episode. What is this discussion even about? Because now I'm coming to tell you that, bruh, look at us, we're fine. Look at these white people; they're with me. If there really was a genocide, they would refuse to even come here to meet you with me. You know, that type shit. So Trump must, to me, in my head, Trump must have woken up about that and about other things. But they say that he cut the EV, the
the EV, the electronic vehicles. There was an EV tender for Tesla.
Exactly. Then he cut that. Then Elon lost his shit. So that should also.
Oh man, and the Tesla stock got bust down, man.
That thing was already slipping before then. Way before then, that shit was already fucking up because of Elon. That's his problem. Every single time he's out in public, people don't fuck with him. I don't know if you've ever seen that video of Dave Chappelle coming out with Elon, and everyone just boos Elon. It's like, bruh, we don't care about you. You do nothing for us, and like you're not an entertainer. You're not a personality. There's nothing about you that draws us to you. You're just rich and you're smart. You know what I'm saying? Versus Trump, and he has that thing where niggas want to say hear what he's gonna say because he's unpredictable, mad unpredictable. Like,
yeah,
don't know if he's gonna say something crazy or if he's gonna be
unhinged. Trump is such an unhinged gent. Eh? He's such an unhinged
with the shit that he says. Of course, 1,000,000% he's mad unhinged. So that's why I'm just like, okay, you get that balance, but it's like Kumchita always wants to be in front of the public eye for too long, and it's like, bruh, at every turn, every single time you try to do things, people keep showing you that, bruh, get out of the limelight. Because if you did the Oakley thing the right way, we wouldn't be having this discussion at all.
Yeah, facts. And the one thing that also really, really, not that it shocked me or it wasn't new information, but the fact that Elon dropped such a huge file and the world moved on like nothing ever happened.
No, because it just sounded like a bitter ex saying that shit. Oh no, his dick's small. That's what it just sounded like.
But for me, it's more like I feel like behind closed doors, niggas told him to wrap that up because now you're blowing everyone's spot up. Because that Epstein list has not been dropped for a reason. And this is bigger than Democrat, Republican. This is, you're going to mess all of our shit up. You're going to stir all of it up. You're mixing it all up.
Yes,
I feel like, because Trump,
yeah.
Trump, I wouldn't put it past him, but let's not play like Umaski Boy was not there posted up with Ghislaine Maxwell. So many pictures of them. So Bill Clinton, who's that guy who was talking about the fact that there's a picture of Bill Clinton in a dress? with Ghislaine Maxwell and this Epstein dude and some 13-year-olds, bro. Like they're all in the mix.
Bruh, but that's what I'm saying. That's why everyone moved on, because it's like we know that you're all in the mix. You telling us this isn't as different as a random Twitter bot saying that Trump was in the thing. Like, bruh, like the shock value. Like, have you heard of the things that Trump has been accused of and he's beat already? So this is not even like this can be put in under as a conspiracy that we all already had thoughts. That's what I'm saying. He's not saying anything new. That's why it wasn't like massive news. It was just massive because he said it and because he was like, oh, I love Trump like any other straight man would, or some dumb shit like that. So because of their friendship, we cared about that. But if he just randomly said that and they weren't friends, we wouldn't give a shit. Like no one would actually give it. That's why I'm like, that's why I'm not even shocked that no one gave a shit. Even when I saw it, I'm like, okay, good for you, buddy. And now everyone's like, okay, yeah, but if I wasn't in the Epstein files, why wouldn't I just show? It's like, why should Trump move on Elon's command? Or why should Trump move on Elon's emotions? That's the thing. That's why I'm like, hey, the general public is stupid as hell. Because why should I now react and release the list because Elon said this? Like, what if he's just lying? Now I must jump out and prove my innocence for what?
Nah, man ate that punch like a real one. Because he didn't react, he didn't flinch, nothing happened, everything moved on, business is normal, which lets me know that, bro, this Epstein thing, Epstein was a fall guy. None of this is really going to get blown out of proportion. Everything is where it's supposed to be, all copacetic.
Because Trump is a hood nigga. He's dealt with worse. So it's just like, someone, a billion, another, like, please, man. Like, I'm sure Trump was like, please, bro. Like, there's only specific ways in terms of like funding into the country, because of course everyone knows that billionaires run countries. So yes, in terms of funding and all those other things, like they will have that kind of discrepancy, but there are heavily powerful people that are above Elon. Elon is not the richest man in the world. Just because Forbes said so doesn't mean that he is, but they're saying that because of course you have to submit your documentation for them to say so. But the real OGs, the Rothschilds, they have things down packed. The Saudi niggas have things down packed. Like the people, the trillionaires, they all have things down packed. So this is just something small. Well, for me it's small, but in terms of America, it helps them, because like that's why it kind of confused me, because when looking at like the tweets and everything, the Americans were more on Elon's side. And then we were just like, yay, violence, we like that shit. But I was just like, oh, okay, they're more on Elon's side because their hate for Trump is more, and Elon didn't do anything to them. For me, I'm like, yeah, fuck Elon, because Trump didn't necessarily do anything to me. You know what I'm saying? So that's why
all of them, nah.
No.
He was
I'm
pushing
saying
that white genocide.
Of course, fuck all of them, but I'm just saying, like, who are you leaning more towards in their battle between the two of them?
But the one who actually comes out the real holder of this dub outfit, Cupcake. Oh, Cupcake, my daughter.
Cupcake, bro.
Man showed up. He showed up to the White House and had guards fainting. Niggas is nice with it,
bro. Cupcake will always find a way to squirm himself out of a situation. I'll give that to him. He somehow he finds a way to just, bro. This just busts everything up that was going on. He's like, okay, that's one less thing to worry about. Back to regular scheduled programming. It's that simple. I'm Final Cupcake. Salute to him,
man. And the thing is, the way you use the word squirm, like it shows to how truly strategic he is, because he has this mild-mannered, meek sort of thing. Like he's not really a threat, and you let it fly under the radar. But that guy can move. Iron Man makes all types of moves, man. And
sidebar, why is it that generation doesn't get persecuted for? Yes, we know that they move to other countries for their education, but why don't they get persecuted for their actual English, like UK accents, more so than people who just grew up in the burbs in SA in general? That's what I don't like. Why? Like, I understand that everyone knows that they went to other countries to get educated because of what's going on here.
Wait. Break it down. When you say UK accent, what do you mean?
Naledi Pando or Ramaphosa when he speaks English, like it's just a heavy UK English. George.
Yeah, I hear that. I feel like we just let it fly.
George. That's where it came from, and that was actually a random thought that came up to me this week. Because this generation does not use George anymore. If they do, I'll be surprised.
To be honest, bro, like Honorable Matisha did go at Pando for her English, man. Man was all up in there. Honk.
Thank you very much, Chairperson. You see, some of us don't know English properly.
Can
and
you,
then
Honorable
we
Madisha,
can only come and say,
Honorable Madisha,
hong, like that.
Honorable
member.
Madisha.
So there's at least one nigga who went for it. One nigga went for it. But man, I just think we're getting to the point where I don't think it's a full decolonization, but I feel like low key our generation is starting to, like, the Western propaganda is starting to wane in strength. It's not as strong as it once was. Because we're getting to the point now where we don't just take things at face value, we ask the deeper questions. Like, for an example, man, did you see the Zille thing that was happening this week?
Before we get to Zille, I would have to provide pushback on what you just said. I think it's actually the other way around in terms of South Africans adopting American things. Excuse me, damn. South Africans adopting American things, because I feel like, especially when we were growing up in the early 2000s, that's when rap started becoming an actual thing in this country and things like that. But it was a duality, whereas, yes, you like that thing. Of course, there were certain guys that dressed heavy hip hop and everything, but there was always that duality of, like, it's having a dual sim, basically. It's like you're South African and then you like rap. You could always separate the two, you know what I'm saying? Whereas today, these kids growing up, it's fully integrated into their shit. Like abo Kaisenet and the UK, abo Central C, all their stuff, or not even Central C, the Sidemen, basically, all of their stuff is integrated with their developments. Let me put it like that. Whereas with us, we grew up with TKZ, Mandoza, etc., and then when it comes to 50 cents, and then that was just TV. But then for specific channels, then when we went back to watch Generations and SABC One, we came back to our South African SIM card.
All right. Look, okay, let me specify like this, because I said Western. Rather, let me say white Western.
Oh yeah.
Like our generation is we more enamored with like foreign black culture, but white culture. Like, I don't see niggas trying to be like white anymore.
Oh yes. No,
I feel like we put that in just as far as opportunity goes, as far as getting invited to the braai or the golf or whatever, sure, but just that idea of like, I feel like our parents and that generation really had an idealized view of white people that we kind of fall out of, like,
that we don't see.
Yeah, like, these people, we went to school with them, we saw them like at different levels. Some are more balling than us, some are less, some are smarter, some are dumber. It was that type of thing. So for us, it's like we know they exist and we know the hegemony that the people have had, but we don't sip that Kool-Aid as much. Because now, like, if you run it back maybe 10, 20 years, if you were on some white boy shit, it would be like, okay, you're kind of better. Umlungwam type. Remember that language? Would see if someone's your boss, you call them umlungwam.
Yeah.
That thing died out. Now, when you're on some super Eurocentric white stuff, man, people call you out as a sellout. Like, people they have that in the top. They're very easy, very quick to pull out, oh yeah, sellout. And it's that dimension, or that shifting dimension that I'm talking about, that niggas just realize with the eye, man, these people have run a fugazi on us for way too long.
But yeah, speaking of white people, what did Zille do? She said she was going to run for
Joburg mayor. And it's exactly like you're saying. Obviously, the bootlickers came out the woodworks to say, yeah, Zille, DA, look at what they did to Cape Town. And all I could see is how that propaganda has shifted, because the conversation is no longer, is Cape Town a world-class city? The conversation is, Cape Town is a dirty kid that just washed his hands and said he took a shower.
Cape Town is a kid that's is always messed up at home, always playing outside and always dirty at home, and then when it's time to go outside, he cleans up.
Cape Town is a slay queen that goes to Dubai for porter training.
Damn!
Lives terribly at home, lives in a RTP house, but then goes to Dubai and shit, yeah.
No pun intended.
No, bro, but like
Dubai and shit.
Oh shit, I didn't catch that. Oh snap. But no,
Napo Quavo had a tracks Dubai shit.
Yeah, Quavo and Travis do buy shit. But no, bro, it's kind of true. But like the one thing that actually catches me all the time is the culture shock that I had where when I went to Cape Town, when I first got to Cape Town, and then I left the airport. I'm like, how we're already in the hood. Like I've never seen that where the hood is right by the airport. It makes no sense whatsoever, like in terms of planning and stuff. And I'm just like, okay, whatever. Then you drive into the city or drive to the burbs, wherever you go, then you get to like cooler places. But it's just like I don't like it doesn't make sense in terms of architectural planning. Even like flying in when you're in the plane looking down, I'm like, you can see the segregation. You know what I'm saying? Like you can see that this was designed for you to be there, you to be there, you to be there. And the fact that there's an actual shopping mall every 5 minutes, like you could have 3 shopping malls in one area, bro. Like it's crazy. Like okay, this city is just for creating money, just for generating money. And if you
and laundering it too.
Oh, of course, like all types of money shit. But if you were born in that city and you're not well off, not even well off in terms of boarding, but well off in terms of middle to
Bro, even the middle class joints in Cape Town is a bit wild because you either at the bottom or you're at the top, or you're top enough to live a comfortable life. Like that middle class where you just, or the lower middle class doesn't exist in Cape Town.
Yeah. No, that's all over the place. That doesn't exist everywhere. But I'm just saying in general, like if you're a middle class going up, then you'd live in a decent area or whatever. But yo, bro, if you just, it's like a majority thing where it's like a majority of the people that I know from Cape that were born and raised in Cape Town aren't from like, I wouldn't say decent places, but they aren't from a place that they would want to even stay in type vibe.
Yeah.
Exactly. Whereas
in Durbs, we have those middle areas where you're not balling, but you're still doing pretty well. You're right. You're good.
It's that, and it's also the fact that whereas if you meet someone in Cape Town that wasn't born there, they're most likely living in a better place. That's the crazy part. So that's I think that's the argument that everyone's having with Cape Town, and they're saying the job isn't necessarily done in terms of the people of Cape Town. The job is done in terms of bringing outsiders in. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And that's why for me, it's like you can't have that approach to governance and then expect to go and fix that problem, because Joburg is a different beast, man. It is a different beast.
Because now you're handling tourism, because the big ball is shark quarters. As much as they do go to Cape Town, Joburg is the number one spot, especially for party goers or party animals. That's the number one.
Not even party animals, it's just the movers and shakers, man. That is like, Sandton is like the richest square mile in Africa. That is like the economic hub, or one of the largest economic hubs on the continent. Southern Hemisphere, even, I'd even go ahead to say. So Joburg is a different beast altogether, and it needs a different level of planning. It needs a different level of operation. And honestly, I don't think the answer to Joburg is in Joburg. I think the answer to Joburg is getting Durban up to scratch and getting cities in the Eastern Cape, getting PE up to scratch, is getting all those other places, because everyone who wants opportunities is going to the same place. And as a result, all the infrastructure, everything is dilapidating, man. The traffic, that side is insane. Everything is insane. So you really need to make sure that Durban is stronger, so Durban niggas stay there. EC needs to get stronger, so EC niggas stay there. Or not necessarily stay as in you stay and you're not allowed to leave, but you have an option to stay there and still have a good quality of life. And I think that is like the biggest problem in Saudi. And if you take out those three, like you take out Cape Town or you take out the Western Cape, and most people in the Western Cape gather around Cape Town for opportunities. Obviously, there's your odd Neisner, your George, Muscle Bay, whatever, where
Mitchell's
something
playing, yeah.
Mitchell's playing, nigga. Hey, there's opportunities there, bro.
I'm not saying like no. Mitchell's playing.
The only opportunities in Mitchell's playing are for dentists
to get stabbed. No. I'm just
wait. Why were you more sensational than I was, man? Like the dentist thing I thought was wild, but damn, son.
It's because I know a homie from Mitchell's Plain and Jay, how he talks about gangs and everything, and like it's such a prevalence thing.
Bro. Shouts to my man them from all them sides. Mitchell's Plain, Hanover Park,
bro,
Mannenberg. Those are wild places, bro. I wouldn't go there, bro. I wouldn't go there with a bulletproof vest, man.
Bruh.
bro, those are wild places, man.
Bruh, but back then I actually had a thing from Mikhailicha, bruh. That was insane.
Nah, but Kailish is also like one of those places where it's wild, but like where you go depends, man.
Of
Like
course.
I've hit spots there, what AC, dope joints, obviously Rands, dope joints.
But here's my
like,
problem about Cape Town. Sorry to cut you. Here's my problem about Cape Town.
Sure.
It's either the vibe is too expensive or you have to go to the hood. There's no in between.
Yeah, fair. That's
no
fair.
in between at all. Because if you just want to have genuine fun, then you go to the hood. If you want to have bougie fun, then you gotta spend some money to really like spend some serious money to just, bro. Like I remember I went on a date, bro, in Cape Town, bro.
Where about did you go Camps Bay?
No. No, man. I went to what's this the clay painting? What area is this? It's not Town. Oh, but Town is so clean there. I was so surprised. I'm like, wait.
Oh, it is. Oh, it's probably around Sea Point or Green Point then.
Let me. I remember the name of that place, but
it's probably in Sea Point or Green Point or around VNA.
Cape Town.
Or Bree. Is it on Bree Street? Maybe Bree.
No, I went to the same. This is Hout Bay.
Hout Bay. Okay,
Yeah.
Hout Bay. Yeah. Hout Bay.
Yes.
All right, that's not too bad. Hout Bay, like you would put down some paper, but it's not crazy.
It's not insane, but I'm just saying until like I spent a stack that day. I'm like,
easy, bro. Easy. Yeah, bro. When you leave the crib, bro, the moment you just grab your car keys, bro, a stack comes out.
Bro, and I was just doing like I understand Uti clay painting and shit like that is expensive and all that stuff. I get it, but when
the thing is, bro, it doesn't go alone because you gotta sip and paint, you gotta eat and this.
Of course, that's fine. But when I did it here in Durban, I did not spend more than 500.
Oh, come on, man. That's unfair, man. That's unfair, man.
I did not spend more than as expensive as some of those things were, like some of the clay.
Oh man, that's so unfair, man. Niggas are living, man. Niggas are living at home, bro. And that's my thing is that, like, bro, it's so real. Like you leave the crib, bro, a stack. Just mentally prepare to drop a stack, fit. Sometimes if you're not careful, bro, it'll be two.
Bro, like my thing was like it was I can't call it a culture shock, but it was like maybe a financial shock, or economic shock. Let me just put it like that. So when I first, like my very first dates in Cape Town, I was like, I've already spent a stack at this place, at the clay painting place. Now I have to go get alcohol so that me and homegirl can have our after. I'm like, okay, I wasn't crying about the cost because I mentally budgeted for it, but I'm just like, damn,
son.
Bruh, like now I have to buy alcohol and more food, and then it's like, okay, sure. Now tomorrow morning we need bread. Bruh, it was so much. I'm like, oh snap, this city is really expensive. I saw by the bread when the bread was like 20 rand.
So they hit your wallets with the young step over. They hit it with the hazy.
Bruh, but convenience is number one in Cape Town.
Yeah,
in terms of prices, wow, insane.
But boy. And Lapo, you haven't even hit the young Indicios, man.
Bruh, like I was never really in that
the club group thing.
Yeah.
No. Nah, for sure. But yeah, like you're saying, you're gonna drop a stack, man. I mean, there's some nice places in Century City that aren't that bad on the pocket, but still, man. The hazy, and the thing is with the hazy is you're always gonna bite it. It'll always turn into an ankle breaker if you're not careful.
Bruh, and that's why I'm just like, I miss actually what kind of fucks me up about the whole economy. But anyway, the one thing that's, and then we'll move on from this Cape Town thing. The one thing that really fucked me up is like the amount of estates in Cape Town.
For sure. Joburg is that's also becoming a thing. I think it's like the crime and safety thing a little bit as well.
No, of course. But it's just like, I even saw a tweet like a few months back where someone was like, how, so now is it going to be that we're now going to have our family events at estates and all those things? You know what I'm saying? And I'm just like, you know how fucked up, like, yes, I understand that more people live in estates and everything because not necessarily of a financial thing, is more so for work in terms of people move to another city and then they need to live there, or in terms of costs, it's easier than maintaining a home by yourself, etc. I get that. But Yeah, well, yes, I've said multiple times that I hate it whenever I heard baddies coming home on Saturday mornings. But the culture of someone's washing their car on a Sunday, and then like if you're all cool, and then well you have a shindig or whatever. That's the small part that I miss about that. It's very easy to activate things.
Yeah,
You know what
sure.
I'm
I hear
saying?
that. I hear that. I hear that's 110%. And I also think that, low-key, when you think about it, houses are almost like it's like a family. It's a setting for a family, because if you're one man, bro, there's honestly no need for you to have a house with 3 rooms. It's nice, great novelty. Love to have the space, garden, everything, but one man, bro, and you have a garden and all of that. Like, when do you even have the time to do anything about that if you don't have a family? Like, if you have kids or whatever, you go out in the yard, play with them, they play around, you this, that, and the other. You start to become more of like a house nigga, not necessarily. Yeah, man, when you have a family, you become a house nigga. Like, you don't go out like that because everything is already at home. So you have more time to look at the tiles that are like this and fix it. And something happens or something breaks and you fix it and you're around at home. But when you're one man, bro, like a house is a lot of maintenance that is just unnecessary time stripped away from the things you actually want to be doing.
No, that's pure, it's pure facts. Because it's a lot of work. But for me, I'm always gonna be a house person. It's just by my ace. If I not if when I really make bank like that, I will have my own crib, like my own standing crib by myself. But then I'll get people to take care of certain parts here and there, as much as I will take care of it myself. But for me, it's just the thing of I like y'all niggas know I hate people, so I don't want. You feel me? Like certain days, I don't want to come home and talk to niggas. You know what I'm saying? So I'd rather just
I
have
hear
my
that.
own space and all that stuff. Or even hear niggas moving chairs at 3 a.m. You know, Jay, like I'm not trying to.
Bro, niggas will find a way to do backflips. Like, if you have an apartment, the upstairs neighbors always doing backflips at 3 a.m. in the morning, scratching chairs, dropping coins on the floor, dropping shit on the floor. It's a
Right.
madness. But honestly speaking, like, when I think of myself, if I don't have a kid, I don't think I'm gonna move like that for a house. I don't think, like, once I have kids, that's when I'm gonna start thinking about like a house. Like, a house is like a priority. Like, I need to cop a house. But if you're on your own or you're with your missus, bro, like a nice 2 room, 3 room joint house, bro, it's easy.
Bro, I don't mind that, yo. Like, cause of course it also comes down to the area that you're in. Cause there is one place here in Durban by I forgot the name of these places. I used to know them in my early 20s. But there's a place by
Hey,
West.
man says in my early 20s, like he's an
No.
That wasn't that long ago, man. That
No,
wasn't
of
that
course.
long
It was
ago.
like what, 6, 7 years ago. But I'm just saying, it's like at that time I knew the name of these estates and whatever. Because there was one for students, and then
Because you were doing missions. That's why you knew them by
bruh,
name.
you see those estates there, dog. Those estate like that's estates, especially. I cannot remember it for the life of me. But there, everyone knew that you would chow. Like if you left there without chowing, there was something wrong with you. There was something really wrong with you. Like niggas would have parties, and then like bruh, like the chowing would, bro. It's like if you go there to see your chick, because I had a chick that lived there. Go there to see my chick, and we were also like at that time, you know, when you date a chick and you're like just in it for the sex, that's it, you're just chowing each other 24/7.
Hey, Pepe, estimator. Pepe, ni such
Shy waiting,
champion.
bruh. But this is what I'm saying. See, yeah, okay, sure. You do the cheek clapping, and then especially because it's like an all girls thing. So then now when you're done clapping, the others are like, how the whole day, like they even came to listen, like they put their ears by the door. This other chick came and told me, bruh. And then after that, it's like when I came back the next week, and then my chick was still busy. I think she was in the bathroom or whatever. I left to go get juice from the fridge. How Jay Flock came to me. Like I was like, oh shit. I'm like, damn. So Jay, long story short, if you didn't know what you're doing, then you didn't get some. But anyway, that's not my point. My point is that there is a place like right next to that, because one is for students and then the other one is for people that are working. Mad pricey, but everyone looks like they're on vacation over there. Like they look unbothered. Jay, parking spaces are beautiful. Jay, no noise. Jay, just real adult type shit. Whereas the other side is students, so it's gonna be a bit messy. But that's what I'm saying. Making bank And that's why I'm like, I not that I envy, but I'm happy for people who make it when they're young or in their 20s, who make millions in their 20s, because you can now have your own bachelor pad. Like that's like a dream for me, a bachelor pad, a real bachelor pad. So I get that way. I'm like, okay, a house is a lot of work, it is stressful. So that's if I had to have my own bachelor pad, it's kind of easier in terms of I don't have to think of the maintenance side by myself all the time. You know what I'm saying? But and also just allows me to have my I don't know. I can leave for some days and come back knowing that someone is there to make it safe. Whereas I'm banking on the security system company when I leave an actual home. You know what I'm saying?
No, I hear that. I hear that. But all of these things of bachelor pads and cribs and whips and everything, I think it's like it's a hedonic treadmill type shit because you you want the crib, you get the crib, you elated and then falls off. You want the whip, you get the whip, and then you elated again and then it falls off, and then you need a bigger crib and a bigger whip, and it's like, yo, man, I had the saddest conversation with my CEO a couple of weeks back. And so this hun is on. Okay, yo, I'm calling this. This is an old lady, bro. I'm calling
Putting
her
a hun.
But we were talking about the fact that, man, you know, the human condition is to be unsatisfied.
Of course.
We are created to be unsatisfied, and it, like, she dropped like the hardest gem that's still ringing in my head now. And she's like, there's days where, yeah, I've got this prestigious gig at a Fortune 500, blah blah blah, ooh. And it's like, sometimes in my head I think, what if I went the arts route and I was free and expressive and I didn't have to sit in all these meetings with all these Europeans all the time and all these clients. And then sometimes I think, oh, what if I was just a stay-at-home mom, family planning type? And she said that the reality is, in this life, we all have one full tank and we have to decide where we're driving to. And once we are on the way, on that destination, driving there, we can't turn around and decide to drive elsewhere because the tank is going to run out. You only have that one full tank. And the problem with modern society is that everyone sees everyone's life. So in your head, you think you have all these options when you really have 3 or 4. And because we never make our minds up, we just sit and sit and sit and sit. And by the time we think, all right, let me make a choice and go towards it, we run out of fuel because it's going. Time is going, resources are going, man. Like everything that you are right now, whether you use your resources that you've been given to the best of your ability or worst of your ability, the reality is where you are right now is a outcome of all the decisions you've made and all the resources you've been given and you've used. You don't have any other resources. Those resources are already gone. You've already used them to get where you are now. So you can't really use those same resources you used, double back the trade to go somewhere else. And that's why I'm like, it's so dangerous, man, to be a dream nigga too much. Like your head's in the cloud too much. You need to double down on something, make something, go somewhere, decide. Like my full tank, I'm going to Cape Town, or my full tank, I'm going to Joburg, or I'm going to Sydney. Like, this is where I want to go. And then when you're in Sydney, you can't suddenly turn back around and be like, yo, all right, I'm in Sydney now, but yo, man, Joburg looks good, or yo, man, London looks good, or New York looks good. Like, you've used up your full tank to go where you need to go because you thought at some point that's where you wanted to go. And I think this thing of endless options and choices, bro, it really screws with us because everyone is unhappy, even though you've made it where, not where you want to be, but where you decided to be.
And this is why I have a problem with career students or career scholars, because they don't necessarily want to double down on a specific path. So then they keep going back to school thinking that it's going to open up another avenue for them. So they keep going back, keep getting these qualifications, thinking that's, oh, okay, no, if I get this qualification, it's going to move me in this way. Everyone, since the beginning of time, we've all known that your qualification won't necessarily get you to where exactly you want to be. It might get you close, might not, but you must just deal with the cards that you're given with or that you're dealt with in life. Cool. That's what I get 1,000,000%, because with that, I think it was a meme or a tweet where someone says, I think Chris Excel says this a lot. It's like, on Twitter, he says, he says something to the extent of he doesn't understand why men why are you a man, or why are you a man and going back to school, you're supposed to figure out life like the rest of us type shit. And as much as he's joking to an extent, there's some validity to it, because
A
I
lot
was
of
like,
validity.
exactly, because like we could have all sat and studied, like especially since there's the two of us in this conversation, both of us could have went and gotten our PhDs. We smart enough
Yeah,
to
yeah,
do
yeah,
it
yeah.
either way.
Yeah.
But especially me specifically in my early 20s, I made the decision. I'm like, okay, after this qualification, let me get in the field, let me get my feet wet, because education will always be there. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, let me get myself on my parents' time to this state or to this level, or let me start here. And then when it comes to the extra stuff for furthering myself, then I'll go ahead and fund that while I'm in the field. Because me, I want to understand the field more specifically, especially my field of work.
Because the field gets you paid.
Exactly. Like you need to understand like the way money works, how you get your paper, and also just the meaning of, because especially when I first started working as an intern, I had all the energy in the world to do more in terms of education. I had way more energy. Now at this age, I have to create the energy.
Yo, bro, you're killing me with this thing, bro. My early 20s, now at this age, bro. We not
Bro,
that old.
we know late 20s, but it's like it's a thought pillar. Like I'm talking about the difference in mentality more than anything. Because
it's okay.
early 20s, my thoughts was 26, everything will be done. I'll be living lavish. And I was like, okay, once I got to 24, I was like, okay, the lights really opened up and said, hey, it's not an automatic thing. You have to start from scratch. You have to make sure that you plant every single seed that you want to grow. It doesn't just come out of nowhere unless you have those kind of connections. You know what I'm saying?
But also at the same time, I feel like we do this to ourselves a lot, because I think we're both doing quite well. Like obviously no one is ever where they want to be. There's no AP on my wrist, there's no mean V12 Aston parked in my garage. They can be at one point, but well, I'm not doing so bad. Like gratitude. And I still feel like you as well, man. You're not doing bad by any metric, but it's that thing of where, like I was saying, you put your chips where you put your chips, and these are the outcomes that you have for now. Obviously, you'll stack them more, and as time goes, you'll go further down that path. But the problem with indecisiveness is that you'll put your chips here, and then you'll get the teething pains and the growing pains of this road. And then niggas want to double back, turn around, go to somewhere else, start again, put in the chips again. And it's not even the same chips, because those other chips, you've already spent them. Now you have to spend extra chips to put it. And then you're going to go through the growing pains and the teething pains of this side. And you keep changing and you keep getting at the growing pains part, and you never push through that to actually get the win. And that's where I'm like, yo,
my bad, bro, but it creates some
yeah.
kind of arrested developments in you. Like
Yes.
you'll still stay in some certain, like the student mentality of, okay, everything's gonna work out as soon as I just jump into the work world. There's no realistic thing of, oh snap, these are the mechanisms or the paths that I have to take, or this is the dumb shit I have to deal with in order to get to where I need to be. You never really get that. Like, you know who I keep thinking of? I keep thinking of Sexy Red's friend.
Oh,
you see her?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, she no, like the main one, the one.
Tweet, the bird. Tweet.
I'm trying to.
Bro, we had a conversation where I was like, she's a bird, bro. And I remember you
But
died.
of course, yeah. I remember now. No, of course she's a bird. But like her, she's like a career scholar, a career student.
Yeah.
At a certain age, constantly worrying about assignments and stuff. Like, yes, I get it, but you're supposed to be at the age where you now understand. Now that you're above the age of 25, you know that it's gonna be hard. You know, like you're supposed to click at some stage, but because you've never really fully immersed yourself in the work world,
you never doubled down. Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? You don't truly understand that. This thing of me studying is the least of my worries right now. You know what I'm saying? Like me memorizing shit. Whereas, okay, now I need to figure out how to make more paper versus, it's just, my bad. That was just a random.
Yeah, I hear that. And also, if you deep it and you go and read Twitter, it becomes so clear who is living in real life, talking about their challenges and what they're trying to do, and who's living hypothetical.
That's facts. That's extreme facts. But
Because
yeah,
you
yeah.
are comparing your actual life to their imagined life. They haven't actually started getting to the point that you've already. They haven't even started getting on the road. They're still in the house. It's like they're still in the house or their parents' house or wherever they are, thinking that, okay, once I get outside, it's going to be like this. And then they're going to point fingers and laugh at you, who are already outside getting hit by rain and hail and rocks, but you are further in front of them.
That's the thing. Like, it's just about being outside. It's actually a conversation I had with Kane like a few months ago. Like, I was just like, we are just saying that's ape, right? Rather just go outside and just get in the streets, get your feet wet, make sure you get everything done, so that if you then decide to go the proper routes in terms of either schooling or whatever, you already have some kind of financial backing and or knowledge of the game. So that's when you go back, you can do what you need to do, but balance it out properly.
And
But
this is what, sorry to cut you, my man, but this is why, for me, I think I would have a really hard time, or not that I would, but I had and have a really hard time with kids. And this is not even an age thing, it's a mentality thing of you are not counting the pros and cons, or you're not counting the costs of actually living. All your analyses are done from a theoretical plane.
Facts. You're busy sitting on shoulda, coulda, wouldas, and I'm glad that you actually brought up kids, because another kid got humbled off of his shoulda, coulda, wouldas this week.
Another one who got hit with the hezi. Oh
man, like my thing is, like, personally, excuse me, I'm backing him because he's a young player and he's better than a lot of niggas. I get it. But
before we go in, I need to also leave that disclaimer. I love Yamin Lamal, bro. Like, he's a baller. I'm a football fan. I love to see ballers. But I'll be honest. I'll say it shamelessly, bro. I hate that nigga because he's a boss player, and that's the end of it. Like,
no, that's fine, bro. Like, you can have your biases in terms of
for sure. Because Zlatan was exactly the same nigga, and I love Zlatan, bro. That man would talk big game and show up. But Lamal has talked big game and showed up in another way. The fact that you're doing that 17.
But here's the difference. Like, yes, that's true, and I'm glad that it happened against the country that it was supposed to happen against, led by Cristiano.
Because
I saw a very simple tweet that said Lamine Yamal doesn't understand that he's playing against Cristiano dos Santos Aveiro. It's just, there's a huge difference, because when Cristiano says it, he will grab the game by the scruff of the neck and do it. Yes, he's in this latter part of his career. He's close to retiring. Fine. Mara, this is the difference between winning and losing. It doesn't matter if you went down to penalties. It only matters who won. And who won? It was Portugal. So it's the fact that you have now seen first up close, and like, the thing is, we're watching him grow up. He's 17. He can talk all the shit he wants. He came in at a time where Barca won the league, basically, when he first came in. So it's like he wasn't necessarily and the financial issues of Barca don't affect him. So he doesn't feel the pressure or Abo Messi were feeling to actually carry the team and all that shit. So yeah, he still has that freedom of how, since we're Povene and we have a dope coach, I know we can do this shit, we're a dope country and all that stuff. But now you learn. There's very few people like Cabo Cristiano who have been in those situations multiple times where they mentally know what they can do to change a match. I don't think Yamal necessarily knows how to single-handedly change a match on his own.
To be fair, look,
willingly, whereas he wants to, like, in terms of him saying, okay, this is what I'm gonna do. Whereas if he's in the game, then he can, but before then, I don't think he can do it.
To be fair, man, as much as I'm a hater, bro, that little nigga has had a lot of games. Like the Benfica, obviously you can look at position, like the people he's playing Benfica and the Dortmunds or whatever, even the Madrid games in El Clasico, man turned up. The thing is, bro,
he turns up. My bad, yo. He turns up. It's just he's yet to feel that thing of recovering 3-0 deficits from the first leg, and those type of situations. He doesn't know those yet.
I hear that, but to be fair, he did recover like a 3-0 deficit in real time against Atletico. So he's, by all intents and purposes, to give the man his flowers, like, he's better player than grown men, obviously.
Of course, yeah.
Boy, Nuno Mendes, he showed him, good, hey, you're ice boy to me. I don't care. Good, you come in the stadium with JBL speakers. I don't care. You're ice boy here. Yo, bro, I've never seen. Look, there's one thing for a defender to put you in his pocket and cook you that way. But it's another thing for him to put you in his pocket and then pull you out and then play with you. Bro, when a left back is cooking your ankles and also taking the ball from you, is eating his food, stealing his food from his mouth. Nah, man, that was so sensational to watch. What a hate watch.
Bruh,
Brilliant hate watch.
And the man was scared to take who Mendes on. Oh, Yamal was
Yo,
scared to take Mendes,
yo.
Mendes had a very good season in general.
Amazing, bro. Like best left back in the world. Like Mendes has been so good. Like the only nigga that I've seen him this season who to cause him a problem was probably Coleman and Musiala. To be honest, like I can't recall many games and Mendes has been looking shaky. Oh, and the Aston Villa one, to be fair. Like that Aston Villa game with PSG, that was one where it was like a bit shaky, but Mendes has put in a solid season. This is like some Alphonso Davies 2020 type stuff, man. Like,
yeah. True.
He's everything he's touched has turned to gold. Even Vitinha, bro. Even João Pedro, bro. Like the fact that you hit the treble and then you go and double it up with the Young Nations League. Oh,
bruh. But like before the final, if we go to the semi against France, Spain against France, yes, Mbappe is always on the wrong side of history for these type of. It's the crazy. At least he didn't score a hat trick this time. At least he didn't score a hat trick and then lost
because he was falling.
No, here's the thing, Mbappe. Okay, I won't say always because there were certain games where he would look
8 times out of 10, you're getting a top performance from Mbappe.
Exactly. So Mans will always do him. He's always let down by his defense and whoever the case may be. But it's just like that match, Spain was just on top of the money, on top of the ball. And then who is this person that went and got purchased like as soon as
Ryan Shirky.
Yeah, I'm just like, how as the propaganda games are crazy, but
they're too crazy, bro. Like football propaganda has gotten to another level now. Like
no, it's still the same.
It's not, bro.
Listen, Brad. Listen.
Yeah, let me hear
any team that wins the Champions League gets propelled as the best team in the world. Now everyone's looking at PSG as the best team in the world. You know what I'm saying? Or any team that gets like a good or let's say even a country that wins a national trophy. Portugal, I know, can get clocked by someone else just because Spain couldn't do it, but they just, they played well enough. Yes, they have great players, I won't lie. Bruno's at the peak of his powers. They have Vitinha is French.
Vitinha is
Portuguese. Yeah.
Vitinha. And João Neves as well.
Exactly. They have Neves and Vitinha there, and they play together. Of course, they're gonna have that understanding. They have a complete squad now. They have a good complete squad that's balanced. They have Abo Neto on the wings and all those things like that. So they have a good balanced squad for Cristiano to work with. It's just that they're not top dogs in terms of the whole world. Because when it comes to seeing South American niggas, it's another game. It's another conversation that we're talking about. When it comes to it would say Germany the way I don't know what's going on.
It's gone, bro. It's gone. Germany only has like 3 or 4 decent niggas. Musiala, Wirtz, Kimmich, probably Schlotterbeck on his day, probably Rudiger on his day. Outside of that, it's a dead thing, man. Niggas will show up for, and the thing is with Germany, man, the thing that really vexes me, it's like, the ones where the baddies, bro, to say off, like Leroy Sané, when did this happen, bro? Obviously, I watched it over years before my eyes, but Leroy Sané is gone. Gnabry is so gone, bro.
And it kind of annoys me with people.
Goretzka. That literally, like, it happened overnight with that nigga because from like 2018 to 2021, man was one of the world's best. DMs, 8s, everything, you name it. One of the world's best. Dominant, fully complete. He could pass, he could dribble. Okay, not dribble, not crazy dribble, but he could pass, he could ball carry, strong in the air, strong everywhere. That man is a mannequin, bro. Dribbling cone. Fun.
But the thing that I don't like especially is when players with such good control as Leroy Sané, he can pluck a ball out of the sky. Him, Foden, like, those guys that have great close control. I hate it when they don't not necessarily live up to their full potential, because I feel like they did reach a certain ceiling and then now they're just on the world, like they are world class, but it's just on a specific level. They're not necessarily making a huge difference.
To be fair, almost to complete what you're saying, those niggas are fully loaded guns that can't shoot.
Exactly. It like J. Cole type niggas. You know what I'm saying? Even though the
Just
gun
because, yeah, do it. I was listening to that track. I was listening to the track actually a couple hours ago.
bruh, even though the gun doesn't shoot, doesn't mean it's not deadly. You know what I'm saying? Bruh, J. Cole type niggas. Well, I'm just saying that's what I'm just saying. I just hate that type of thing where it's like, yes, you know, you have every single ingredient, and I'm glad you've hit your peak, but it's like, why can't you like, bro? I was even watching a Messi compilation. I was just watching Messi chip compilation. That's the difference between Messi and Ronaldo and everyone in the field. That's what Yamal needs to understand, is that we can watch a compilation of a specific skill of yours.
Exactly.
Instead of the whole game. Yeah.
And this conversation is moving. But anyway, those niggas were built different. You look at the Messi, you look at the Ronaldo, you look at the Benz came in and out of it, but Lewandowski, Suarez, those guys of old who are strikers, attackers, the Robins, like those niggas don't play with their food. You give him a chance, he's taking it. Even if it's not a full chance, he'll make it one. I like Mbappe has that dog in him. Haaland, that dog's gone soft, but we still know it's in him. Olise, it's coming out. That dog is coming out of that man. But I hate that genre of players that you're talking about. Your Leroy Sané's, your Jeremy Doku's, your Kingsley Coman, the one Bakola, so many guys I can mention who everything as a football player, you are complete, but your final product just kills me, bro. Like you can get into the craziest, like niggas will do the hard thing easily. He'll drop 2-3 niggas and then he'll be in front of goal and fumble it. Like I hate those niggas, man. Those niggas irritate my soul.
Bro.
But there's one thing I do want to go back to though. The PR thing. I wasn't talking about PSG. I was talking about Turkey in specific. When I'm saying football PR is out of control, it's like before, let's take it back, let's say 10 years. Like, let's look at maybe like 2013 to 2016, like them times of football. A nigga had to be dope for at least a season and a half to 2 seasons before we started speaking about him in that type of way, right? Like if you look at all the wonder kids, the youth kids, bro, like we only gave them those props after they've done it. Like your Mario Götze, a man dropped a 2-piece on Bayern's head with Dortmund as a 17, 18-year-old, right? Your Neymar's man has been doing crazy things. Al-Sharawi, all these guys, man, they've been doing Alexandre Pato, you name it. They've all been doing crazy things, bro. Dropping pieces on niggas' heads, winning trophies for a year, 2 years before we were like, no, this kid is next up. But the Shirky thing, yes, he's been a dope talent for years. I first noticed him when City got chowed by Leon in 2020. But in the last 3 months, he's gone from the obscure wonder kid who's had some skill and some potential, and now niggas are putting him next to Yamal, and they're putting him next to Bovert and Musiala and all them niggas, man. That's crazy. Even Doué, like the PSG guy who Doué, the number 14 that was cooking. Great season. But my man, you've just announced yourself. You can't go in that bracket because even Yamal, yes, he's new on the block, but at least he's had more than a season where we can see, okay, this is not just a purple patch, this is you.
Yeah, facts. No, that's very, very true.
Like it's too quick. It's too quick. Niggas are now putting Yamal next to Messi, Ronaldo for what? The same way Shirky is now getting put next to even the Verts, Musiala type niggas, man. Your Foden type guys, your whoever you want to put there who has been a wonder kid, even they didn't get it this quick. Now you're telling me off of a couple of months of just cooking at this level, now niggas are because even Doué started the season slow. He was still on the bench for a long time. It was only up to the end of last year and then the knockouts of the Champions League. Now where he's cooking.
Nah, man, it's just a thing of also Yamal has a trophy cabinet that he can speak to.
Yeah, I know that.
In him, he's won almost every trophy that he can win in Spain. Now all he has, and he's won a European trophy. Now all he needs is a Champions League and Club World Cup and a World Cup. I think now that the Club World Cup has changed, who knows if they'll get into it. I'm sure they will, because now they're going off of the last 5 years or 4 years.
But I don't think Barca's in it, eh? I don't think
they're not. I saw the FIFA president on Speed's stream. Well, I saw a clip of it where he said, Speed asked her, why isn't Barca in it? Because it's no, as much as Barca has done well in the last 2 or so years,
but the coefficient.
No, they're from 2020 up until now.
Yeah, coefficient of Barca, in the past 5 years, Barca going through a madness.
Exactly. And then they also start like, the points system, they also went on the point system. That's why I was like, hey, well, how the hell did Chelsea get there? Then I remembered niggas won the Champions League. So in 2021, that pushes you up and all that shit. So yeah, I don't know if yes, they can, but it's just now Club World Cup has changed. And no, but what's the difference between this Club World Cup that's coming up versus the one that's played after
Champions League? So before, the Club World Cup just used to be the collection of your continental winners. So the winner of the CAF, the winner of the Copa Libertadores, the UEFA winner, and I think the Asia CONCACAF
Asian Cup, yeah.
So it ends up being like niggas are bullying kids because obviously the European niggas are always going to win because that's the pinnacle of club football. Unless you're Chelsea, because you niggas caught hands from Flamengo.
We bottled, bro, Lukaku bottled. Not even, it was Torres.
It was Torres, yeah. It was back then when you won the Champions League, but now it's like an actual World Cup. Like the same way the FIFA World Cup is set, it's the same format, but for clubs. So it's done every 4 years. The pool of money is way bigger. The prestige is way bigger. You have more teams from each different allocation coming in. And it's a lot more eyes, a lot more money, a lot more glory. But it's also one of those things that are kind of weird right now because a lot of changes are happening in football. And we are kind of the generation now that has to start the legacy, if that makes sense. Because when I first started watching football, most of the competitions, most of the things we watched were already well-made things. You know what I'm saying?
It existed for years. Maybe they went through a name change, but it was still the same competition.
Yeah, but it existed for years. So the legacy was already built up. Like it was already something people savored. But now we have so many of these generations of firsts where we're changing the rules of football. We're changing the rules of this, implementing new things. And I think football is only going to get to this or the 2000s, 2010 level of excitement and motion in maybe the next 20 or 30 years where everything that all the changes that we've made now have been built up to that level. Because now the Club World Cup's only 4 years, every 4 years as well, just like the normal one as well. So it's gonna be crazy, bro.
Now that's fine for me, but I feel like the hype is starting now, especially now that we have someone like Yamal that the world is watching. Like we haven't felt this kind of excitement for a youngster since like Neymar, maybe. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, okay, we now can actually watch you. Because when Neymar was in Santos at the time, then once he grew up, but like once he got to his early 20s, then moved to Barca. So we saw him at his prime. That's fine. But we're now watching Yamal from jump, from when he first starts and everything. So him and also other players, like this new wave of players, they're amazing to me. Like I won't lie, they can actually play number one, number two, and they bring the entertainments on the field.
Man, it's too good. It's too good, bro. I love it. Like
that's what I'm saying. Let's say, wait, my bad, bro. But like,
sure, go.
Excuse me. It's crazy that Cristiano now has two UEFA Nations Leagues or I don't know how frequent the competition is. Like, is it a constant running thing up until you reach a final or whatever?
Yeah, it's a constant running thing up until you reach a final. So I think it's because the last one was like 2021 or 2020, somewhere there.
No. Like it
didn't Spain or France just win one at some point? Okay, so it must be then it might be yearly. It might be yearly or every 2 years. Yeah, I think so.
That type shit. But yeah, no, like the fact that we have that and they made it seem like such a big thing. Whereas to me, I'm like, hey, well, Nations League Cup, that's stupid. But the fact that we're now seeing players that we want to see, we're seeing damn near the whole Champions League quarterfinals teams or players in those finals or the semifinals. So now they're making it such a big deal that we are now forced to watch. On any other random time, I would never have watched if these players were playing. Yes, so Cristiano was always going to be Cristiano, Bruno was always going to be Bruno. But the fact that they now have Vitinha and Neves and Leao and what's man's name? Pedro, not Joao Pedro. Why am I Pedro from Chelsea? Pedro Neto. Yes, there we go.
Yeah.
Getting my own player. But now that we have those type of players that we can watch, like, okay, now it's a bit more exciting. Now that we have Yamal, we have Pedri, we have this Danish-looking Spanish guy, the guy that signed for Madrid.
Oh, Hosen.
Hosen, we have those niggas. Like, we have niggas that we actually want to watch now. Whereas for the previous years, we didn't actually want to watch
Yeah,
these
bro.
niggas.
Past 8 years, it's been crazy, and we always speak on how the past generation failed us. The niggas who are like in their 30s now failed us. Like very few of those guys actually were able to hold the talent over years, because we had a lot of niggas who would have a season or two of greatness and then they disappear and they go off the face. Like Sterling, bro. Sterling should be one of the
He should be a
GOAT.
GOAT of
He
the
should be
English of the
oh,
Premier League. Yeah,
or should be one of the best of the generation. Like
he
Son
is.
is there.
No,
He's not.
no. Listen, so Sterling at City was a monster. Only when he moved, or maybe the latter part of his City career, that's where things
It
started.
was only 2 seasons, bro. Think about it. It was only 2. It was the 17-18 one and then the 18-19 one where that one he went crazy.
He scored 100 goals for over 100 goals for City. You don't just do that if you're average.
Of course, but like also Theo Walcott, it took him like 10 years to score 100 goals for Arsenal. But I get what you're saying. But Sterling, it's like it's still a disappointment.
Yeah,
like
in terms of how it turned out, yes.
How it turned out, yes. Like when we remember Sterling bursting on the scene, and even that Neymar thing, I wanted to push back. Yes, Neymar has always been like a one to watch, but he wasn't the one of one that was only there by himself. There's always been young niggas around him that they just didn't or weren't able to hold it as much as he was. Like Götze, for a while, Götze was there. El Shaarawy was there. Your Boyan, obviously Boyan was slightly before him, but Boyan was there. Like there's been a lot of young niggas that were there, but they didn't hold it at all.
Nah, but look at this one. They were trying to push Gavi and Pedri propaganda, and niggas kept getting injured until they got Yamal. Like they've had niggas that they've tried to push until Yamal came up. Like the whole Mbappe and Haaland era went by too quickly. But then those guys, it was only those two. Not only those two, but
I'm sorry, bro. I feel like I need to correct you. You can't put Gavi next to Pedri, bro. Those are two different levels of players, bro.
No,
Gavi
but that's what I'm saying. The
waste,
propaganda between, like that's what they were saying when they were teens. They're like, oh,
yeah. They always used to give them a 2-for-1.
Yeah,
My friend, like, hey, my friend, I'll do 2 for you. 2 for you, my friend.
Point to, I couldn't like tell the I didn't know who was who because they kept putting them together, saying, "Oh no, these guys are teenagers playing 100 games for Spain, or like for 100 games this calendar year, or 60 games this calendar year," and niggas kept getting injured. So I'm saying, also, their PR was mad strong. Like when they were
but Pedri, to be fair, Pedri lived up to it. The other nigga, waste man, bro.
It is what it is. Like you can even speak about Ansu Fati and all those niggas that.
You even brought up that nigga. Yo, you see what I'm saying? Niggas are here today and gone tomorrow,
bruh. But I wanna bring it back to a cooking session that I saw online. So, man's your man's, and you've said this on the pod 1,000 times. And now that I've actually thought about it, it's like, what would constitute? Okay, basically, what happened was that so Ribéry commented and said, "How? So you need to win Champions League to win the Ballon d'Or?" And the whole football side of internet, I know, yo, Ankarakis.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was right. Actually, the whole football side of the internet, how English,
the whole football side
of Twitter, basically.
Oh yeah. They cooked him. Yeah, they went after him. So it was like one of those ones where, as much as I love my idol and I always gonna rock with him and I always push for the Ballon d'Or from a PR perspective, they pushed the wrong nigga for that one. Because out of Bayern, Robin was supposed to. Like, he would have had a stronger chance to win it if Robin was the one they pushed.
That's fine, but you can go back to even last episode, maybe 2 episodes ago, and maybe look at the episodes that we've had since we came back. You've always said, they cheated Ribéry when he was supposed to win the Ballon d'Or. But now that I've seen the facts, I'm like, where was he supposed to win the Ballon d'Or in 2013? Like,
fair enough.
Look at the facts. You know what I'm saying?
Fair enough. But it's not necessarily. Look, I hear that. All of that being said, for me, it was always the thing of, yes, I'm going to push Ribéry, but it's just going down to the fact that the Ballon d'Or judging standards have been so flimsy. Whereby
things with them, yes, Cristiano and Messi were like step heading at the time, but it's just from 2011 to 2017 or 2016, you couldn't really touch them because they were in their prime at the time.
Yeah, that's fair. But for me, it's how it consistently changes in and out year after year. So I can concede that should Ribéry have won the Ballon d'Or? Maybe, maybe not. Who knows? But one thing I can tell you for free is that there's a couple of joints where both Messi and Ronaldo shouldn't have won that joint at all. And they did. On the basis of, okay, 1 year it's goal scoring. Okay, the next year it's Champions League. Okay, the next year it's something else we don't know about. Okay, this year it's this. Okay, this year it's that. So for me, yeah, we can do that, but it's just, again, it is what it is, man. And I think even this upcoming one, the fact that, again, going back to the PR thing that I talked about, the fact that they tried to do a young Lamal Hezi, bro, like, why is that man in that conversation? Yes, he was balling at another level, but what is it again? Trophies, individual performances plus trophies. Which one is it? And they keep switching, because I could even argue that 2018 was Ronaldo's.
And Messi won in 2018.
Modric.
Oh yeah, so that's what I'm saying. Let's see, like, of course they will move the, like, we even explained this in the other episode, that they will move the goalpost for whatever propaganda they're trying to push, or for whatever direction they're trying to go into. That I get 1,000,000%. It's just that with Modric, of course, yeah, he played well, and that's my problem. They decide when they actually want to do an eye test or not. You know what I'm saying?
You see what I'm saying?
So
Yeah.
Modric was an eye test. Not Yamal. Messi. Okay, not Messi, because Messi and Ronaldo, they transcend generations. But they would have had a harder time to win the Ballon d'Or the same year that Kaká won. It's because Kaká, in terms of stats, wasn't the best, but in terms of him being there, being the number one playmaker, it's either him or Ozil that made the number 10 position really what it was. It's, as much as Ronaldinho was like the complete number 10 in terms of having the skill and the free kick ability, dead ball situations, all of that, passing, all of that. It's just Kaká and Ozil, they had that thing. So if we had to put these guys back then when the eye test was stronger than the actual stats, even Henry, you can even say what Thierry is.
Bro, the Netfed joint. But anyway, yeah, it's just that conversation again of, hey, I think obviously as much as we can riff the Ballon d'Or, niggas will always want to be the number one guy and have the award for the number one guy. But the Ballon d'Or, even like that whole ceremony and how that was put together, it let a lot of niggas go unnoticed. And unfortunately, the thing is in football, bro, if you don't win a trophy, whether it be individual or team, niggas forget you very quickly. Or if you don't bang goals. And this is where, like, one of my biggest issues are. And Ribéry is another example of that. It's because now, obviously, niggas are poking holes in that Ballon d'Or thing, but niggas who never grew up watching that demon now think he's just a waste man. And it's going to be the same for, I know at a certain point it's going to happen to Ronaldo. And I'm not talking about CR7, I'm talking about R9. I know those fraud chats that he never won the Champions League are going to pull up. It's going to happen to Zlatan. It's going to happen to a lot of really great players that were generational but don't have some type of insane stat to their name. That's why I really do know that over time, Ozil, history is going to be unkind to Ozil. I'm telling you. That Arsenal thing cooked his legacy, because we who were there for the Madrid era, we know how much of a demon that guy was. But that Arsenal move, it killed his momentum. Niggas like Mata, I was there. I remember how much of a demon that guy is, but disappeared into obscurity. Then United move killed him, and so on and so forth. Niggas like Abo Robin, Van Persie, so many generational players are just going to go by the wayside because either the goals or assist joints is going to cook them, or the lack of trophies thing is going to cook them.
Bruh, and also, like, one thing, not to circle around Yamal too much, but I'm like, I don't like how people speak down on his age as if Michael Owen wasn't a teenager at the World Cup and won
Ballon d'Or.
You see what I'm saying? Like, that's what I'm saying. You can't just completely count it out, because it's not like Mans is just doing like a shit job or just doing tap-ins or whatever. Yes, Rafinha Rafinha had a better season than Yamal. It's just that he didn't have the same PR. Like, they had to choose who, and then since Yamal has the bigger personality, of course they got to put the camera on him more. But Rafinha had an amazing season, the best season at Barca. He was
too good.
Was he La Liga player of the season or Barca? I think it was La Liga.
I'm not sure, but he was too good. And sometimes that's a bit of an issue, because when you have a Ballon d'Or push, and this is almost the issue with teams, and not teams that are built around stars. Like, if you look at even the 2013 Bayern, you could put Ribéry in that conversation for the Ballon d'Or. You could put Robin in the conversation. You could put damn near Lam in that conversation. You could put Neuer. That's 4 different niggas you could put in that conversation, and it still clicks. But one nigga had to be pushed. And obviously at that point, Ribéry also won UEFA Player of the Year. So it was like an extra thing to be like, okay, this is the man we're going to push. But it's neither here nor there. Because even Greasy, history is going to be unkind to Greasy. Because Greasy was a demon, bro. Like between 2014 and like 2018, just before Barca, demon.
But I wouldn't say Ballon d'Or worthy.
No, of course not, because he didn't hit the pinnacle. Because we all know that the biggest driver for your bid is either a World Cup or a Champions League, and he didn't do either. Well, he did the World Cup, but he didn't do the World Cup where he was the Don. He did the World Cup where Pogba and Mbappe were the Dons. So yes, he won the trophy, and you could say maybe his individual stats were dope, but he wasn't the nigga we were watching, looking at with our eyes and being like, yo, this guy's a problem. But where Greasy was a demon, there wasn't anything to tie to it, because he was the most demonic year where I remember Greasy, about that 2015 to 2017 window. Greasy was a problem. See the hotline bling where he was doing that hotline bling celebration way before he grew the ponytail.
His Barca move, it tainted what he was doing as much as he went back to Atletico and continued, but he wasn't the same after the Barca move.
Exactly. And you see, this is my problem with like the Ballon d'Or individual like winner chats hurt niggas' legacies. For another example, another guy who, for all intents and purposes, he's remembered well, but not as well as he should be remembered. You see, my man, Pogba. And I'm not talking about United Pogba, but Juve Pogba.
Yes.
My man. My man.
He was a different kind of animal. That was another issue. That was another problem.
My man. You see the one where he had the mohawk, the blonde mohawk. Wait.
That's when he was untouchable, bro. Like, wait, was he wearing 6 or 10? No, he only wore 10 when he came back.
He wore 6 and then he wore 10 because he wore 6 and then Dybala came and then he wore 10 because he wore, I think, who was 10 before Pogba? Yeah, why can I not remember this nigga?
Bro, that's Juve, so we won't necessarily remember who was number 10 before him.
Man, and it was a significant nigga, man. Why can I not? But it doesn't matter. Neither here nor there. But you see, Juve Pogba with the mohawk. But the United thing killed him. And moves, bro. Moves kill niggas so much.
Oh, my bad. Oh, snap. No. I'm reading the wrong list. I'm trying to find who was number 10 before Pogba.
Wait, I can find that for you.
Because I'm seeing all the old niggas, Del Piero and all these.
I doubt Del Piero. Del Piero is number 10 way back. Because there was a nigga who was number 10 before Pogba and before Dybala. And bro, this nigga...
It was after Tevez, though.
It was Tevez. Yeah, it was Tevez.
Damn, Pogba was that old that he was around when Tevez was... That was another forgotten hero. The one who played for both City and United. But bro, like, since we're on this football tip, pause, I want to get into this week's top 5.
Top five.
Hit me with it.
Pause.
Gay.
Bruh, man's is acting like Queen Twerk out here. Hit me with it. That's crazy.
I mean, what the fuck? Every time I come over here, you always gotta take me through this homosexual rigmarole, man, with your terminology, man. What the fuck is wrong with you, man?
I'll never forget, like, randomly coming home from school and then going on social media and seeing Queen Twerk getting hit by a cheese curl.
Damn.
Yo, man. Yo.
That's crazy.
And the fact that for a moment she thought about complaining about it, but then she remembered how her bills were paid. Like, you could see that young hesitation. He's like, oh, Konje. Then she doubled down.
I actually remember that. But anyway, this week I have this week's top 5 Ballon d'Or winners that never were. So people that we thought that deserved to win, or people we thought deserved to win a Ballon d'Or but never actually won it. Doesn't matter if they didn't come in the top 10, but we just know that these are players that should have won it in their prime.
Like in any generation, they would have won
generation.
It. Okay, all right.
Yeah, but it's just that they were just unlucky to not win it at the time that they were in their prime. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Number 5, I couldn't decide on the one specifically, so I'll just group them together like they've always been their whole careers. Xavi or Iniesta. That's
all right. I hear that.
They deserved it if they had that kind of freedom in their generation. Number 4, this was an obvious one. I feel like I was leading the charge for this one because I watched the man at the 2014 World Cup destroying niggas. Manuel Neuer in 2014 was absolute robbery. Like he was supposed to
I hear that. It's just that let Decima, bro.
It was important to them.
Chris and Let Decima, him and Bale were demons. Bale is also another nigga. Like he never took it to the old, but like that young pocket between 2013 and 2016.
I wouldn't say Ballon d'Or worthy, but yeah, he did make a difference though.
I could put them in the chat. I can definitely put Robin in that chat.
But that before we get to the
honorable mentions, all right, go ahead.
Number 3, I have a legend. I tried to check if he actually won this and he didn't. It's weird that he didn't, but I have Paolo Maldini.
Ooh, yeah. It's crazy that who's my man now? He's a coach in he's a coach somewhere in Croatia. Cannavaro did it, but Maldini didn't.
You see, when I thought of Maldini, I thought of Cannavaro. I thought of all the adverts. I'm like, but he was an amazing captain. I won't lie to you for Italy.
Yeah.
But yeah. Anyways, number 2, Wheezy baby, Wayne Rooney.
Ballon d'Or.
To me, Wayne Rooney in his prime. That's what I'm saying. If he didn't come up with double Cristiano at any other time, he would have won it. If he wasn't in the same group as Cristiano and Messi. He would have won it, dog.
You see, Weezy has a Ribéry problem. Like,
why is that?
Dope nigga, amazing nigga, but like even as in his own team, he's never been the undisputed best nigga. Because even Ribéry, bro, like I'm saying, in 2013 was fighting Robin, boy.
What do you mean he's never been the best nigga in his team? Like, bro, like especially when Cristiano left. Oh, dog.
Okay, obviously when Cristiano left, but I'm thinking about Weezy around those times.
But I'm talking about in his prime. Like that wasn't his prime yet. Like his prime was like after Cristiano left.
2009, 2009, 2010, 2011, those 3 years.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like, if he didn't come up with those niggas that he came up with.
Okay, I understand. Yeah, it's even the way your top 5 is phrased. Yeah. Okay, no, I hear. We're not tying it to a specific year of his dominance, but we're tying it to the level of player he was. And in any other time where Ronaldo and Messi went there, he would have gotten at least one.
Exactly, because
all right, I hear that.
That man was feared every single time he played Chelsea, bro. It would piss me off because he would score, bro. Weezy was another problem.
Weezy was a problem. Yes, Weezy. Okay,
but yeah,
that's number 4. Is that number 4?
Number 2.
Number 2. Okay, number 1.
And then number 1, obvious. We already mentioned him, Thierry Henry. One of the people. No, he came second. Henry. One of the people who we can argue. I'm not saying he is, but it's a great discussion that he might be the best player the Premier League has ever seen. It's a good argument.
Yeah, it's an argument. He's one of the GOATs. I don't think that's a wild statement to say at all.
Exactly. Like I think, especially now in hindsight, because we were mad young when he was playing that in Highbury. But
I just remember Vavavoom.
Hey, bro. But no, man, the man did what he needs to do. And here's the thing, it's like he has the stats to back it up. He passed the eye test, even if he had to go back to the actual video footage. And even when he came back to Arsenal in like 2013, 2014, or whenever that was, or 2012, or whenever that was, we saw the quality difference in him at that age, you know, in his late 30s. So it's just like, I know, man's cooked. It is what it is. But yeah, no, that's just my main top 5, but honorable mentions.
Bro, Lewandowski, bro. Lewandowski, in my head, he won it, bro. They just, that's foul. Lewandowski one is foul. The fact that they just cancelled it, Lewandowski and got cool foot.
And that's a crazy part because looking throughout, like when I'm looking at the list of winners, and it just says 2020 not awarded, and it's insane. Since 1956, the 1 year that niggas were still playing, like niggas barely even took a break. Maybe they took a month off and went back to playing. You know what I'm saying?
Bro,
so
Levy was crazy. As like I said, Robin, Ribéry, for PR. No, not just for PR. He was a top player, and he ticked all the boxes. Ribéry and Robin definitely. This one is going to be a bit of a shout. It's going to be a bit of a stretch. He's never been like the best player, but he's been amongst the best player, and it's Di Maria.
I get what you're saying. He just came up. I get what you're saying. He came up at a time where
all the demons were outside.
Yeah,
all the demons,
all the new demons were outside. Like Abo Ronaldinho, their generation's time had passed, and then here comes Weezy and Cristiano and Messi and everyone. But
Di Maria, smoky player, and I feel like he's underrated. Like Di Maria is so good. He's so good.
Do you know someone? Do you know someone? I wouldn't even say in his prime, but in an alternate universe would have won it. Luis Suarez.
Yeah.
Yeah, in an alternate
I can
universe.
hear it. Him, Neymar, and
Neymar,
Hazard.
Oh, Hazard could have won it at Chelsea. If Messi and Ronaldo didn't exist, probably could have won it at Chelsea. Yeah, that's true.
Definitely. Like I feel like I want to say Vinicius because he was the closest, but Vinicius, man, it's like on the table.
The story's still being written. It's still up for grabs.
It's still up for grabs, but it's also like even on his way there, it's gonna sound like hate, but he doesn't feel like a Ballon d'Or winner, and it's not because of playmaking or him being a prick. It's fine, bro. Worst niggas in him has won.
Fabio Cannavaro won the Ballon d'Or in 2006 when they won the World Cup.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That Maldini never won one, but he did.
Oh, that's crazy.
You know
so why we arguing about Messi winning the Messi winning the Ballon d'Or? Why are we crying about that thing? Because if niggas win a Ballon d'Or for winning the World Cup, then why are we crying that Messi won it too for winning the World Cup?
But bro, Cannavaro was he at Madrid then? Was he at Madrid yet?
No, man. I'm just joking. I'm just saying if Pelé was one of the best players there. So
yeah, he was super dominant, and by that time Maldini was like on his last legs.
Nah, that's true.
Ooh, you know who's another nigga, man, who should have? I think Zlatan.
Yeah, he's one of those that I put in another timeline, in another life.
In another life, bro. Like if Zlatan is at least like 5 or 6 years younger, he has one.
Too many demons, number one. Number two, too confident for them. The difference between him and Cristiano is that Cristiano was like he was more. I don't know the word I'm trying to find, but he was more not into following the rules, but he would follow the rules, but then talk shit about the game. Whereas Zlatan was talking about the game and everyone around us.
Everyone, yeah. Zlatan he's too sensational. He's too sensational. Who else? Obviously stories that are still being written. I put Mbappe in that chat.
Yeah, no, like the niggas whose stories are being written. Let's not even.
Okay, so we talk about niggas who are retired.
Not necessarily retired,
but it's gone. It's like it's gone. It's on the lost. It's on the
It's not gonna happen. Yeah.
Sergio Ramos.
Yeah, and
Sergio Ramos.
If you're keeping it fair, Carlos Puyol. If you're keeping it fair,
Sergio Ramos, Carlos Puyol. Okay.
I would say him definitely. Maybe Iker Casillas after 2010.
Yeah. Okay. Maybe Casillas, Alam, Cafu.
I don't think Lam would have won the Ballon d'Or. Oh, in a I would say another universe type. Yeah.
Like, but Lam is a GOAT, bro. Like, if the greatest right back is not him, it's either Cafu.
Like, and Daniel Alves is still alive. That's insane.
Yeah, and Daniel Alves, like one of those three. Like obviously, I think Lam is the most complete of all of them, but either three, I'm not mad at you. It's not a wild take to put either of them in that conversation. So any nigga who can be top 3, top 5 in this position obviously goes in this chat.
I say Dennis Bergkamp.
But you see, bro, and that's the thing. Dennis Bergkamp, during his time, Dennis Bergkamp's one of those niggas who could have won it. Because that wasn't the Champions League / goals assist era.
It was the ITIS era, yeah.
It was like where, you had to be a baller. Like, if you were a baller, you were fine. Like, you could even argue like your Gerrard, Lampard,
yes, I was going to say
Schweinsteiger type niggas. You could argue for my man, bro. My man from Brazil. No, but I think Romario won one. I'm sure Romario won one.
Romario, let's see here.
I'm damn sure Romario won one. There's no way he didn't.
I don't think so. No, he didn't.
What? Romario didn't win a Ballon d'Or?
I'm looking from the 90s because Romario wasn't before then.
Romario's 90s.
No Romario.
Oh my god. Romario is definitely a nigga that could have won one. Okay, Rivaldo got his, so that's fine.
Okay, let's
what are we saying about Beckham though?
In another universe, yes. It's just that he was outside where too many niggas were outside. You know,
like any nigga who was outside in the past, like from
in the
90s, like late 90s, 2000s, 2010s, you were
fine. How
like
the 2Ks, the 2000s were it was too much
because too many demons.
You were dealing with demons from the late 90s who still had the legs, and then you were dealing with the new generation. Too many demons.
Here's a wild one. A nigga who was so saucy, but okay, no, I don't think he's Ballon d'Or level. He's more like he's like a legend that the streets won't forget. Like he's not Ballon d'Or tier, but he's not on the greatest of all time tier, but he's on the Pirlo tier. The Pirlo tier, I think a nigga in that tier is probably Juan Riquelme.
The name, let me actually Google him. The name,
then the nigga that wore 10 before Messi. And in Argentina,
bruh, my brain doesn't. I don't think I cared about Argentina before Messi. I won't even lie.
Yeah, the Fernando Gagos of the world, that was back then. And then obviously Pele didn't win one because he wasn't European, so that's another one where it's insane.
That's insanity. That's insane because this thing started in the 50s.
Bro,
that's
insane.
Because he didn't play in a European.
Yeah, European, yeah, but Pele is also another nigga that should have a Ballon d'Or.
Okay.
Did I say Neymar? We said Neymar. We said Neymar. Yeah, Neymar has an older man. Pogba.
Johan Cruyff won 3. Damn.
Yeah, Johan Cruyff won 3. I think he did it. Like niggas like at least Beckenbauer got one.
Got 2.
Yeah, he got 2. He got a 2-piece. Gerd Muller also got like 1 or 2. I'm not sure.
I'm looking from the 80s because 70s, 80s are the niggas that we know because we grew up watching old school 80s and 70s type shit. Platini, fit. 3 peats back to back.
Wow.
I'm happy that
Del Piero, boy. Del Piero. Ooh, Del Piero and this Italian nigga with the mullets, bro. He had a Roberto Baggio. But I think Roberto Baggio actually won.
No.
What? But hey.
Oh no, he did.
Yeah, Roberto Baggio actually won it.
Wait, who is Van Basten?
Marco Van Basten. That's of course 3-piece from the Milan. How that nigga built Milan, bro. Him, Ruud Gullit, and Frank Rijkaard, the 3 Dutchmen. Like, and that's one of the things if you look at football history, bro. Like,
I need Milan, to see a picture because I'm mixing him up with the Bayern defender.
No, Van Basten. Like Van Basten, when you go back in history, like Milan is also a money club. They're like a new money club because Berlusconi had mob ties and he was like a governor, and then he funded and pumped money into Milan in the 80s, and then obviously the 3 horsemen came, and from there obviously Dutch niggas became a staple in Milan because it was Ruud Gullit, Rijkaard, and Van Basten, and then they broke the transfer window for all 3 of those niggas. 3-piece. Like imagine niggas doing 3 100 million signings in one window and then cleaning the Champions League. Back then
5 million.
It was 5 million, obviously, but
yeah.
Record-breaking things, niggas just cooked. Iced niggas, bro. And that's where Milan was built. Because up to that point, Juve and Inter were just had it. Then they cooked then, and then Milan became a staple. They did an insane amount of Champions Leagues in that time. They did like 3 or 4 within a space of like 10 years. And back then there was like some unheard of shit, bro.
In another universe, Eric Cantona would have won one.
Yeah, I hear that.
In another universe.
I hear that. I honestly hear that. Feel like I'm missing someone. What about Marcelo? What are we saying about Marcelo?
Yes, I put him there. Marcelo or Daniel Alves could have won one.
All right.
Definitely. Let me actually think, like, because I know that there's Dons that I'll remember after we record. Snap. From back.
What are we saying about? I don't know if King Didier had enough cachet though. Eto
for sure. Because my only thing about Drogba is that there was never a year where he was the king. He was just always dope. You know what I'm saying?
But I'm saying a lot of niggas that we've mentioned have been in that bracket. Where
no, true.
Like, but if I had to class it, right? Like the 2010s era and late 2000s era, there's been 3 grades. There's Messi and Ronaldo were in a grade of their own, and then you had like the best of the generation who are just slightly a grade under them, where they were the world's best players, but they weren't Messi, Ronaldo. Like your Ribéry's, Robin, Neymar's, all them type niggas fit in there. Then you'd have niggas slightly under that, and I feel that's where DDA was.
Bruh, let's do this. Let's actually make a starting 11 of who we should have or who we thought should have won the Ballon d'Or. So each position in the 11, we put someone that we think is like the best candidates for Ballon d'Or.
Okay. Obviously, goalkeeper has to go to one man, bro.
Yeah, it has to be.
I don't even think I'm being biased for saying that.
No. That's true. And also, like, just honorable mentions on that. Oh, who's this United legend?
Van der
Sar. I think he before him.
Schmeichel.
I
hear that.
I think Schmeichel was one of those that never happened. Yeah, definitely.
Obviously, him, Casillas. And I had a football dangerous conversation. Hey, but bro, let's give niggas, like last week we did a young hour half joint. So football conversations are so dangerous because
what's 1 hour? It was 2 hours and 20 minutes. What you on about?
Oh, but now let's feed the niggas. Let's feed the nations, bro. I had an argument with one of my niggas about who is the goalkeeper for the Prem.
Schmeichel.
And then okay, all right, no, then that rests the case.
there was no other.
No, because you know what? Because my man was going on about Van der Sar, and I went on to say, bro, Van der Sar was nice, but I'd even go and say he wasn't even the best of his era. Because check, bro, scrum cap mafia, bro. That's
scrum cap check.
Scrum cap check, bro. Come on, bro. Check was a different beast. Like in those early 2000s, bro. Like but Schmeichel, I rest my case. My case.
Van der Sar and Check were neck and neck, but Schmeichel was head and shoulders above everyone else.
Yeah, no, I rest my case. Easy convo. But yeah, even the starting 11 joint is gonna start another hour conversation.
No, bro.
Even at the right back joint, what are we doing at right back?
Okay, so here's the structure that I just want. So we're gonna name the person, and then we'll name honorable mentions around them.
But the thing is, right back, I'm gonna say Lam.
Out of everyone, no, I'd say Danny Alves.
Nah, like even out of that 3, I'd say I'd actually put Cafu ahead of that nigga. Not that I hate Danny. Like I know I have a Barca hatred. I'll say it out loud. But honestly, Danny Alves is one of those niggas who was really good defensively, but his attacking stats pushed him up. Like Lam was flawless defensively. Nigga was flawless. Like you were that type of defender that took his man one-on-one and you never got a red card. Nigga was flawless defensively and he was great at attack. Obviously, Alves going forward was better than Lam, but defensively, Lam was flawless, bro. Flawless.
No, I get what you're saying because I've watched Lam, but I'll say Cafu then. Because Cafu was a physical specimen on top of his actual duties. Yeah.
He's what?
He was a physical specimen on top of his duties as a right back.
Oh, I heard juicy. I'm like,
oh. He's a physical specimen. He's
juicy. It's what's Umtando Cafu. All right, I can take that compromise. I still say Lam, but I'll take the Cafu. Center backs.
Wait,
So these are
right
the
back. Yeah. So right back we've already done. Left
so
back.
these are center backs that never won, not center backs that actually have. It's
No,
ones that never-
wait. Let's go right back, left back, then we go center back.
All right, left back. What are we saying?
I say the name just slipped my mind. It was right there. Oh, I was shooting from a distance, Roberto Carlos.
Okay.
Between Roberto Carlos and Maldini. Maldini, I'll say.
I'd rather put Martin at center back though. That's my chat though.
Wasn't
But,
he a right back?
He was a center. He was both.
Okay, then if he's moving there, then I'm putting Roberto Carlos. So
Okay.
Roberto Carlos, Marcelo is their third candidate.
All right. I hear that. A lot of niggas are gonna fight you for the Marcelo joint because the defensive bit was always a question mark with that nigga. Not that he was bad. He's no Alexander Arnold, but his attacking was. Because Alexander Arnold, bro, that's just a
That
winger.
got defend for shit.
Yeah, bro, and that nigga's about to find out. He's supposed to find out today.
Exactly.
Because Madrid niggas don't play about that.
Bro,
Liverpool,
Madrid fans about to find out.
Yeah, is about to find out. But
yeah,
anyway, okay. For sake of argument,
Yeah.
let's put Maldini at left back because
Okay.
then we have
It
more sense.
opens up. Yeah.
It opens it up. What are we saying about Fantasy?
Bunny?
Fantasy, Van Dijk.
Aye, man. Let's be serious. Hey, it's a love cheater, bro. Bro, I look up at my laptop screen. What the hell is this nigga on about?
Yo.
Bro, don't come with the Premier League propaganda here.
This niggas finish me, bro. Yes, and that joint, I knew niggas were not gonna feel that at all. I wanted to test the temperature.
Bro, I'm literally looking at my phone trying to compile this list, and then as soon as you say Van Dijk, I'm like, "Hi, man, what's going on now?"
Hey, let's be serious. Okay. On a serious, Ramos.
Okay, let's think about this. So now let's say left center back. They don't have to be left footed, but let's say for this position specifically, we're putting Ramos. We're putting
Nesta, dog. Nesta or Paresi.
Let's put Cannavaro.
Cannavaro won, Jay.
Oh shit, he won. Shit,
he won. Nesta or Paresi.
Okay, wait, let's think of other legends. Here. I would say, okay, who do you think is the great fuck it. I'm gonna go on a limb and say John Terry. Fuck it.
Aye, nigga. Then we can put Boateng. We can put Hummels.
You can't equate Boateng and Hummels to John Terry.
No, come on, bro. No ways.
Maybe
man.
Hummels, but Boateng. Oh.
Nah, what? Yeah, you see, this is the problem with moments. The Messi, him getting dropped by Messi now is the thing. Like between Hummels and Boateng, Boateng was better than Hummels, bro.
Pillar, I'm talking about Pillar because isn't all John Terry is from an actual generation where niggas would die for the ball not to go in versus
bro.
play. Yes, I understand. Bro. About Boateng with dope and shit, but
nigga.
Ferdinand generation, how?
Aye, bro. You see now, this is passion niggas now. These are passion niggas, like niggas who weren't that skillful, but they were just hard men that would do anything for it. There's a lot of niggas we can put in there. But when we talk about a defender, no, bro. Terry, it's like the captaincy, the leadership, the fact that he's willing to die for it. But as a man, like on skill, I know, bro. Because if we're putting Terry, we can put a lot of other niggas, bro. Even the Pepe, bro. Even Pepe goes in if Terry goes in.
Facts, yeah. Let's not open up.
Nah, let's not open that door, bro.
So
there's a lot of niggas that can.
We have Sergio Ramos. We have
Nesta or Paresi.
Okay, we'll keep it at those three for left center back.
Yeah, those three can go in there, and then that's a chat I can have.
I'll say Nesta.
Nesta's fine. I'm not upset at Nesta
because I remember him as a youngster.
Definitely. Yeah, he was a dog. And then in the midfield,
but let's not forget the legends though. Like,
no. I'm not saying let's not forget the legends. Like this is goats. Like we're talking about goats. These are basically goats because if you look at the Ballon d'Or goes to predominantly attackers, and then a couple of midfielders, and then there'll be a drop that's a goalkeeper here and there, and a drop that's a defender here and there. So these guys are for lack of a better word, they're goats. I don't think a left back or a right back has ever won a Ballon d'Or. So these, in all intents and purposes, this is the GOAT conversation. True. When we get to midfield, it's going to get a bit more interesting.
Tricky, yeah.
But here, these are GOATs, and by no way, shape, or form, no offense to Terry, but he's not a GOAT defender.
Yeah,
he's one of the great
defender, but not.
Yeah, he's an English great. He's like Jerome Boateng is a great. All of these niggas are great. They're legends even, but they're not in the tier one. Like you are top 5 that have ever done this. They're probably top 10, top 15, not top 5.
That's true. So my thing is in a 4-3-3 formation, eh? So sure. Second, right centre back, I will put up the names such as Puyol.
Oh, bro, but I thought we already said not.
No,
Puyol.
wait,
Nesta.
But that's one centre back. That's left centre back, right centre back.
Aye, bro, that's the Nesta and thing is it's finished. I mean, as far as I'm concerned,
Nesta
bro.
and who? And Ramos.
Nesta and Ramos. I'm happy with that because Maldini's already at left back.
Do you really want to call Ramos one of the greatest, like top 5 of all time?
Bro, like defensive skill, he's not like all the way there, but as the full package, he is. Like with Terry, you see, with Terry, the skill level between Terry and Ramos is better than Terry.
But I'm just saying, are there not any other warriors that came up that could challenge Ramos? Like, I'm not saying I don't want to give it to him, but I'm like, I feel like there's someone that we're missing that could challenge Ramos.
This is the chat. For me, man, if we're gonna go on a pure defender, Nesta and Baresi are already done. We're finished already. We're done. Look.
It's everything in one. Like I get Ramos why he would be here, but I'm like this. There has to be someone else that we miss that we can at least throw into the conversation.
Because you see, Puyol is also one of those hard man things. Because Puyol and Ramos are not far from each other. Like on defensive ability, they're not the goats. They're one of the best. But they're not like I'd call that nigga a top 3. Because even within the top 5, there's top 5 niggas, and then there's like one or two of them where we are like, Because even for
no, I'll put Ramos because we witnessed.
We saw it, bro.
Yeah,
we were there, bro.
Yeah.
So for me, Ramos in that 2 center backs, it's either Ramos or Nesta or Ramos or Baresi.
Yeah, it's right. Yeah, so I put Ramos and Nesta. Those are 2 center backs.
All right, cool.
Right.
Then
so
let's go to the midfield.
Midfield, we only have 3 places. I put 2 center mids and 1 cam, but doesn't matter.
Ish.
So just 3 midfielders. First things first, Chevy.
Okay.
Chevy, I'm putting him there. That's just an idea. But who do
I
you
hear
have?
that. I'm not arguing against that.
Yeah, so Chevy is gonna chow a spots already. Sorry to all these other niggas. Right.
And then I'd probably put Busquets.
Okay.
That's not a the thing is it's not a balanced one because Busquets is like a deep line type shit.
No, he's a midfielder still. It doesn't matter what specific position. I'm just saying like another central midfielder, and then maybe I put in Cam just so that we can differentiate it so that sentiments don't get that much, yeah,
because Cruz, my nigga, Cruz. Cruz.
So we can so this list for second center mid, we'll have Busquets, we have Cruz, we have I will say
I'm niggas will get mad at me. I don't care, bro. I put Cruz ahead Busquets. Cruz.
Those two I wouldn't like. It's two different skill sets.
Then I'll put Cruz ahead of Xavi then.
Oh hell no.
Cruz, bro. I'll put Cruz ahead of Xavi. Tony Cruz.
Hold on, Tony Cruz. We need to remember there's other legends that have never won the Ballon d'Or in midfield. We need to remember other niggas, then we'll decide.
But I feel like of all the niggas who haven't won it, those niggas, bro, those niggas are like the most predominant, man. I can't like the Pirlo, all these other man.
Yeah, there's those other names
again, but Pirlo again. Top 10, we chat. Top 5. I don't know.
Bruh, okay, we will say Busquets, we'll say Ramos. I can even put Iniesta there. It doesn't matter if there's too many.
Busquets, Xavi, Cruz, and Iniesta. I'll take that.
Bruh, there's too many young niggas for me. Like that's why I feel like I'm missing a center mid. I'm gonna throw in I'll throw in Paul Scholes.
Bro.
I'll throw in
Paul Scholes is nice and he gets into that list, but we all know he's not fighting. He's not fighting to be in like that.
The best.
He's not fighting to. He's mentioned alongside them, but he's not giving them real. Like Busquets, Xavi, Iniesta, Cruz, of niggas who haven't won Ballon d'Ors in those positions. I can hear that.
Yeah, my only problem is that we're too specific to our generation. I feel like there's a nigga that's from.
Okay, let's throw out honorable mentions to bring this home, right? There's still niggas like Clarence Seedorf. There's niggas like you see your Gerrards, Lampards, Schweinsteigers, they're in another rank. They're not there with those niggas. We can throw in niggas like.
But that's what I'm saying. Niggas like Seedorf can actually make this actually.
No, bro. No. They are. You see, those are top 10, top 15 conversations, not top 5, not top 3. I'm talking about those niggas, like top 5, top 3. That's why I didn't even go Gerrard, Lampard. And once we do that, we're doing the same thing when we're doing with Terry.
Yeah, how we're supposed to discuss these things, bro. Like that's why we must bring.
But why are we discussing things that don't have a discussion? Like I'm saying, Seedorf, legend, amazing player, one of the GOATs, not top 5. Not top 5.
My heart says Busquets, but I'll put Cruz because I don't want to like over-bossify this thing.
It's not even about also over-bossifying.
Of course,
like I feel like
he was there and everything. Like he was like in terms of covering more bases than Busquets, of course. But I'm just saying, like in terms of the list that we're building, then of course I'll put there.
Like for me, either one of those 4 can go in there because it's that close. Like for me, if I say I rather Cruz than Busquets, it makes it sound like one is clear. There's no one who's clear in this bracket. There's no one who's clear. It's like. And if anyone is better, it's an inch.
It's an inch.
It's an inch. There's like, whether it's Xavi, Iniesta, Busquets, or Cruz, it's an inch. And all the other niggas who we can add to this conversation, who can skew the conversation, have already gotten their Ballon d'Ors.
True.
You see what I'm saying?
True shit. One more midfielder.
Cam,
It could be a Cam or it could be another centre mid if you can find another one.
I know, let's not do that. Because you say 4-3-3 with the Cam. Because now, then it's just going to be...
Too much,
yeah. Because there's hitters, bro. There's hitters, bro. I don't know, Ozil comes here.
No.
Then
I would say Ozil top 10, but not top 5.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah. The KDP, what are we saying there? No way. KDP.
For me personally, he's my top 5, but it's not number 1.
I don't know, dog. I don't know. Because when we're going Cam now, when we're saying Cam or second striker, one or
No. You see, the Cam pods is fucking me up because my brain keeps going to Kaká, but he won a World Cup.
He won. See, we're eliminating like. I know the eye test will kill him, but I'd also put in Muller.
Yeah, I wouldn't say top 5. I wouldn't say top 5.
You see, I'd say top 5 on stature and ability and what he's done in the game, but you see the eye test kind of cooks him. So outside of KDB, Seedorf.
Seedorf wasn't a Cam?
Seedorf was a Cam, bro.
Wasn't he like...
He was an 8 and then he went Cam. He moved around. He Seedorf was from those areas of real ballers who can play in multiple positions. You know those niggas who you can put them anywhere in midfield and they're fine. Or Vidal, who can be an 8 and a 6, and Nainggolan and him and a lot of niggas. Del Piero.
Bergkamp. Dennis
Bergkamp.
A Cam that...
KDB.
No, for me, KDB.
I think KDB is better than that nigga, Fitz.
KDB.
I could.
Are we really okay with calling him one of the... But he's top 5 for me, I won't lie. Fuck.
Yeah, top 5 Cams. Because for me, KDB, I feel like niggas can chat to him, but I don't know if niggas beat him. And I feel like the niggas who do beat him already have their Ballon d'Or.
True.
Because the niggas who can talk to him is probably like your Ozil, probably Muller, and who else?
That's what it gets shaky at Cam.
And it gets shaky because you see, for us to really hit the Cam thing, we have to go back because we came up in the era where the Cams were dying and they weren't lasting. And then you could even argue that Wazza Weza at the cam, because Weza was like a 9-10 second striker type thing, but Weza at the cam, you could put forth an argument.
I would say Bergkamp, dog.
Nah, but I don't think Bergkamp's better than KDB, bro. To be honest with you, like I feel like Bergkamp, like when you watch him play, you moved in another level, but I don't know if he's better than KDB.
Yeah, I'm putting KDB here because
yeah, bro. I feel like niggas who want to cook us can cook us. I feel like there are niggas a serious hit. Oh no, but he won a Ballon d'Or. Never mind.
But how sensationalist? If you'll have one, drop it on Twitter.
Please, the sensationalists must, because I feel like it's that thing of any nigga who's better than KDB already got his Ballon d'Or,
or has gotten like. There aren't many camps to choose from. That's the thing.
There are many, but like niggas who have done it at that level for that long.
True.
Like, if you talk about the skill and longevity thing, Muller is the only other nigga outside of Özil that I can think of. Because then I don't want to open it up to another rank of niggas. Because then, okay, I'm happy with KDB.
Yeah, because the false nine thing and everything fucks up everything for that.
Yeah. I'm happy with KDB. I'm happy with KDB.
We have our cam. So left wing,
Neymar.
Oh yeah, easy.
Yeah, Neymar.
Right wing, Robin, easy.
Let's, for conversation's sake, what about Bale?
I'm sorry. Like, as much like I get that everyone puts stock on that Madrid team for winning 5 Champions Leagues, but I wouldn't say he's a GOAT. I wouldn't say he's top 10. Because I'll still put Ryan Giggs above Gareth Bale. Oh no. I would still put Ryan Giggs above Gareth Bale. That man used to tear apart that left wing like crazy.
Yeah, okay. Robin, I'm happy with Robin. Of course I'm happy with Robin. My GOAT. Oh wait, but I feel like we should think harder. I feel like we should think. I really think we should think harder.
There's Robin. There is.
But it's like a thing of anyone who already is better has already won the Ballon d'Or.
Yes and no, but I feel like there's wingers that we're missing out on. Let's actually just list them, even if they've won. But let's just list them, and then we determine that they won.
Okay, Messi,
won. Robin, then we
Bale.
have.
Of course, just to list Bale, we can put in. Hey, but bro, I can't count those niggas that played football when the TV was black and white, bro, because that's just like a legacy thing. Because these things of George Best and all them niggas, bro, like.
That's too far back for us. Yeah.
Too far back, bro. Like, yeah, and the game is involved way too much to the point where it's like I feel like I'm just blank-minded. I feel like there's man that we can put here.
That's what I'm saying. I feel like I'm missing someone. There is a right winger. You know the random name that keeps popping up in my head, Quaresma. I don't know why. It's not. He doesn't belong, but
yeah, but he was a silky nigga. Like if we had to go on comps, like compilations alone, Charisma is easily in there. But the thing is, we saw him at Inter, we saw him at Barca, bro. Like outside of Porto and Besiktas, it doesn't look that great.
Nah, that's true. That's true. I'm trying to think here.
But outside of Messi, who else goes band for band with that nigga? Messi and Bale, and who else?
No, man, Luis Figo won.
Figo, ooh. But Figo won his. Yeah. He got his. Yeah. Figo got his, though.
I think for me, I think it might just have to be Robin, but let's think about this.
It's Robin, bro. I can't think of many niggas.
Here's a controversial.
Whoa, nigga. This might get me cooked. But for the Cam one, what are we saying about David Silva?
Still say KDB.
Yeah.
Like I even have a controversial one, Mohamed Salah.
That's a chat.
Hazard.
But Hazard is not right, though.
Oh, true. He didn't.
Yeah, Salah, Robin. Yeah, that's a chat. One of those two.
Salah and Robin.
One of those two. I hear those.
I feel like putting Robin because of the bigger moments he's had, even internationally, the bigger moments he's had, even though he's never won.
Yeah,
but didn't Salah win an AFCON at some stage?
I don't know.
But it doesn't matter
Did
who won what. Yeah, I don't
Aye,
know.
bro, man, that was Mane's, bro. And I even remember when the niggas came back to Liverpool, bro. Niggas didn't want to celebrate too hard because Salah was too salty, bro.
True. Because they beat Egypt in the final, ne?
Mm-hmm. So
yeah, literally everyone on this list is everyone that we've named. So I'm gonna
Robin or
pick
Salah.
Robin.
I'm not too upset. It's the same with the right back joint. I'm not too upset.
I'm
Those
going
niggas-
with Robin because
All right.
he played for Chelsea.
And then
Striker.
Levy.
Let's think about this. There's
Who didn't
multiple
win it?
niggas.
Okay. Who else?
Multiple niggas. Suarez.
Nah, Levy's better
Drogba,
than him. Drogba's not that level, bro. We already said this is not
No, of
in
course.
that bracket. But okay, for the sake of listing,
Yeah.
we can even drop Higuain, but again, here today, gone tomorrow.
Nah, that was half and half full. He was half baked to Higuain.
Yeah, he was.
I'll put Carlos Tevez in there.
Okay. But the nigga was short, but Cassano.
Yeah.
Cassano was. Ooh, what are we saying about Hernan Crespo? But Hernan Crespo is not that. He was one of the best of his times. That, like all time niggas, I just look at you, I'm like, yeah, no.
Do you know who we fucked up on the wingers that we forgot to consider?
Who?
Thierry Henry.
The Neymar.
No, on the right.
Yeah, on the left. The
left.
Neymar.
Okay, yeah. Neymar,
bro. Yeah, Neymar, bro. I feel like that's unanimous, bro. That's done, bro. Neymar's the greatest. I'd even say he's one of the greatest players to never win a Ballon d'Or, bro. Probably like Maldini's. Yeah, but let's not even get into that convo. That's another. But
Emil Heskey.
Yeah.
I'm joking.
Fetu, might as well drop the real quotes, Fetu. Fago machoro, Fetu. No ways, bro.
But Crespo's one I see, but no, I'm not sticky on that. An honorable mention I know for
on striker,
Jermaine Defoe.
Alright, bro, come on. We talk about Ballon d'Ors here, bro.
Yeah.
Come on, bro. He's a amazing player, dope player. But
if he completed his prime, then I'll put Torres there. If he continued on a high level,
yeah, but that's too many ifs, buts, or maybes. That's like the Aguero chat. Like Aguero is smoky, but bro, Levy, bro. I like
Totti, not even Totti.
Bro.
Francesco
Totti was nice, amazing, but I don't even think Francesco Totti can chat to
David
longevity. Bro, can David Villa chat to Suarez though?
Van Nistelrooy, Raul. Yeah, well, Van Nistelrooy is a bit shaky.
But can the litmus test? Can he chat to Suarez before he even chats to Levy? Can he chat to Suarez?
Yeah, that's why I don't like the fact that you'd always bring down Suarez, because Suarez is one of the most complete strikers out there. It's just
of course
that number 9 shit.
Of course, but my thing is we've already established Levy's better than Suarez. So my thing is let's start there, because the reason why I go to Suarez, we know that Levy's better than Suarez, right? So we don't have to have that argument.
As a striker, yes. As a player, Suarez is better.
Bro, then at that point we can bring in Raquelme, we can bring in a whole lot of niggas who are amazing football players, but then it's like that half position thing, bro. It's like we all know that Nicolas Nkunku is an amazing player, but where do you put him? João Felix, we know he's an amazing player, but where do you put him? Where he's effective?
Oh, striker R9, bro.
R9 won it.
Oh shit, he did.
Of course he won it, bro. Like,
oh shit, why would I think he didn't?
Yeah, of course he won it, bro. Like outside of niggas.
Let's put our short list. We have Lewandowski. I'll put Sweezy baby. I'll put
Sweezy baby.
Wayne Rooney. He's
ahead of Suarez. I feel like Levy and Suarez are the only other niggas I can think of.
I would say Weezy's top 5 of all time. He's the greatest English player to me of all time, but that's another.
Yeah, I hear that. Because, bro, like, Ishguti United won things. K.A.N.E. If K.A.N.E. was in a team who was winning things, K.A.N.E. could get in the chat.
Nah.
But that Spurs thing, bro.
Nah.
Because K.A.N.E. was a smoky guy. I'm not buying K.A.N.E. even. Buying K.A.N.'s fallen off. But
even Spurs K.A.N.E., he was banging in goals, but it's just
the
It's
team.
it's like a Mbeumo thing. He was Mbeumo when he was at Spurs.
Oh,
You know, he'd bang in
shit.
goals all season, but who cares?
Yeah, fair.
Like it wouldn't get them anywhere type shit. But even though he would be top scorer every season, so or damn near every season. But anyway, Samuel Eto'o, I'll put there in the chat.
Okay, I can take that. I still feel like Suarez and Levy got him beat.
And
but
Ibrahimovic, I'll put him in the chat.
I can put him in the chat, but I still feel he's slightly below the niggas we mentioned, but he can chat. It's like the Scholes thing with the Chavi niggas, man. He can chat, he can talk, he can hang with the boys, but I don't know if he's really like there. It's the same how with KDP, we've said Muller, we've said Ozil, they can chat to him, but the niggas above them. So I hear that.
Okay, so let's narrow it down. Lewandowski, Eto'o,
Suarez.
and Suarez. Let's those three.
Yeah. But Lewandowski is definitely starting.
For me, I feel like I've cut Suarez out already. It's nothing personal. It's just okay. It's
the longevity chat, like for 3 or 4 years he did amazing thing, but then it fell off too harshly.
He only gets powered by racism.
Suarez would have been one of the 49 that went to the States, bro.
It makes sense why he always wants to play with an Argentine.
Nah, of course, bro. Like, have you watched Sinners?
Nah, I started it and then I got bored and then I was like, nah.
Bro, Suarez would have been at the door knocking, bro. Get in the party.
I need to watch that movie. But just to finish it off, let's put Lewandowski there. I would like to put Eto'o, but for me personally, my personal is Eto'o, maybe even Drogba, but I'll put Lewandowski.
Drogba, bro. I don't know about Drogba though.
On an international stage, he wasn't that. Like he would score, yes, but it would be one of those weird things. It's like, you know how Messi started off, where Messi was like, he would play well, but it wouldn't be Messi.
I hear that.
Yeah. But anyway.
Your niggas are gonna cook out football knowledge. I feel there's niggas that we've left out here.
That's what I'm saying. We've left so many niggas. That's what I'm like.
I feel like there's so many, but I think it's also this thing of naturally our selection criteria is making us blind because we're looking for niggas who don't have Ballon d'Ors. And there's niggas who probably don't that we assume already do.
Nah, me, I'm just picking, and then if we find out that they have one, then they have one. But anyway, let me run through this 11 that we picked, and then we can move on. But anyway, at goalkeeper, we have Manuel Neuer. At left back, we have Maldini. Centre back, Nesta. Right centre back, Sergio Ramos. Right back, Cafu. Central mid, Xavi. Another central mid, Toni Kroos. Cam, KDB. That's what I'm saying. It's too recent, and we're missing so many dons. But anyway,
but also the fact that it's too recent just speaks to what we were saying. Like the past, bro, the 2010s and 2000s and 2010s are demon time,
bro.
That the basis of this conversation, like these are dons who you put them in any other era other than the one they were in. They smoking that thing.
That's true. And then left wing, I have Neymar. Right wing, I have Ian Robin. Striker, Lewandowski.
Salah. Because I think that one's close, bro.
Right, I feel like Salah. I'm sorry. Salah. I'm sorry. Like
either or, I'm not mad, bro.
Yeah. Because
I just feel like the thing that cooked Salah is that he was at Liverpool while City were doing what they were doing. And then Madrid were doing what they were doing in the Champions League.
But they put up a fight though. Like that's what I'm saying.
Of course.
They put up
and
he
stuck out. He was like
he won twice. Yeah.
Huh?
He won the Premier League twice.
Oh yeah. So yeah, I hear that. I hear the Salah chat. I really do hear the Salah chat. So I'm not mad. Robin or Salah, either which way. I don't think it's disrespectful to go either way, bro. It's like I'm whatever. Levy, even the Levy and the ones we mentioned at striker, like I think Levy is better than them, but I just think he slightly edges them. I don't think it's like a clear thing. And that's the thing, when you get to this level, bro, it's not clear. Anyone that we've mentioned, bro.
I know, but for me, striker, I still feel Eto'o more, but it is what it is. It's just a list. Sensationalists, you know what to do. If you have a starting 11 that never won a Ballon d'Or that you can pull up that are dope, drop it in our comments on Twitter on the episode cover.
You know, So sorry, just side thing as you say in comments. You know, I realize that some niggas drops comments on Spotify and we never reply and we seem like dickheads. Like it never occurred to me that niggas would actually comment on the Spotify.
I like them. I don't reply, I like them.
Stop being bougie, nigga. You actually see niggas and
niggas don't say things that I have to comment to, like, I love these sword joints. Oh, thank you. How if I heart it, you mean I'm showing love, how I appreciate it.
All right. I hear that.
Because like, what am I supposed to say? Like, yes, I appreciate it, but it's like I'm not gonna start a whole discourse in the comment section.
Yeah, especially not Twitter. I mean, not Spotify. Spotify isn't one way you're gonna drop chats like that. So yeah. Yo, man, that was a sensational one. Football always takes it there, and it's such a nigga thing too.
True. I just saw some other, but anyway,
some other flames.
No. It's just no. It's just you know, when someone tries to do a whole, like, it's like, when someone disappears for a while and then they come back.
She hit you with the how are you, big head?
Bruh, but like, yeah, that type shit. I'm not even, like, the excitement isn't even in me anymore.
Winter, bro, winter. Game of Thrones always says it. Winter is coming,
bruh. But the excitement isn't in me anymore to be like, oh yeah, she's back. I'm okay. Cool.
Yo, bro. Side notes. I had a very interesting conversation. I know we pulling it, but let's give all of it to the niggas. Pause.
Jesus Christ.
Like, you know how much we love football. I love football, but it no longer has the power to, like, really, it will fuck up my day, sure, but it doesn't have the power to have me, like, in long spells where I'm out like it used to. And
yeah.
Niggas were talking about the fact that, like, niggas live vicariously through football teams. It's like, it's very difficult for you to get an invoice for 10K or something, or hey, big head text from a shorty you've been eyeing, or something to happen. Like, life is going, and then and then your whole weekend is fucked. Like, I just think we have bigger things to worry about. But when niggas are too involved in football, because now it hit me. Excuse me. It hit me, like, when I'm on Twitter and listening to these football takes, like, niggas, we're arguing with 12-year-olds and 13-year-olds behind screens. Because I remember, like, I saw, like, there was a thing that Pedri did in the last 2 or so games where he flicked the ball above his head from behind him, right? And then niggas were going on like, wow, this is amazing. And then a nigga posted the one from, I think it was El Clasico 2013 when Chris did it over PK and then scored. And then the nigga was like, yeah, I know, but post the whole video. And I'm like, fuck, this little nigga doesn't even remember this moment. Like, it's like one of those ones where, imagine where you see Robin against Barcelona and he's got his foot on the ball, his left foot on the ball, and he's bending his body like that. Everyone, if you had to show him that moment without even showing where the video ends, we already know what happens after that. Bruh. If you see Messi and Boateng like this, and you see Boateng slightly off balance, you already know what happened after that.
Bruh, like people forgot James Rodriguez's scream at the World Cup already. So,
man, like, we really are arguing with young niggas, and it made me realize that, yeah, on some unk shit, we are a bit too old to be crashing out online or crashing out over football takes, man. It's like,
right, like, these kids. No, the problem with this younger generation is that they don't, like, I feel like also old heads say that, oh, really, every generation says this, but it's like there's a difference between us growing up and liking our own generation, but we still
respected the oldest niggas.
Exactly, recognize the work that they did before and how dope they were before and did our homework. These niggas don't even want to do their homework and just automatically say someone's work without even watching them play.
That's so crazy, man.
It's like saying Lo Upel is whack because there aren't that many compilation videos, or he didn't play in Europe. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. This new generation of niggas just don't like context.
And I don't think anyone else has a 3-peat of a World Cup. No one has it except for him.
Bro, imagine, bro, for 12 years. You're the reigning champions for 12 years. What are you talking about, niggas?
The thing is that he started as a teenager. That's the thing. It's like, that's what I'm saying. Like this Yamal thing. That's why I'm like, I'm not mad at the Ballon d'Or shouts, even though it's like mostly PR based, but I'm not mad at it at all because a lot of niggas started off young and never got their just due. So yes, Yamal, it's like, and also it's like, if you're like on a serious tip of not wanting Yamal to win, it's like, what more does he need to do though? Like, that's my thing. It's like, does he need to win the Champions League?
Yeah, do the same thing and win more significant trophies. Because I think also it's this thing of the Champions League goal scoring thing was predominantly because of Messi and Ronaldo. Because no other time have two players been so dominant for so long that we have to go down to those granular things of did you win a Champions League, do you not? Because before then, and also another thing is that longevity, bro. Like every nigga who's been dope has had one season where we were like, no, he was a demon. And then the rest of them, he was at a top level, but he never really replicated that one. Like Xavi 2010. Obviously, Xavi was a top player. Xavi and Iniesta top players throughout, but Xavi 2010 was the one where I was like, hey, this guy is different, man.
Yeah.
Different.
It's like a different level of, it's like, it's something I was thinking of this week. It's like, not even this week, last week, when I was like in meetings and stuff, I'm like, Yazi, like I'm now at a level of knowing my shits and carrying on with other things while knowing my shit at the same time, pretty much. Or I'm now able to facilitate more than being the person learning whatever I need to.
You're on autopilot. Like you're so good at it, you're at autopilot now.
Exactly. That's how I feel with, or like in terms of the best players in the world, they get to that level where they play at a good place or they play at a high level at where it's automatic. And then if they do drop, it's just they become average. But then their best is at, you know, above the rest type shit.
But then you see those niggas always had a gear they kicked it up into, and then that was that out. Like Levy 2020, 2021 too, you could argue. It's just that Bayern never won anything. But those 2 seasons he was on the same smoke. But those 2 years, that was the best Levy we ever saw. Suarez 20, you can argue 2014 and 2016, best Suarez we ever saw. Neymar, he's been at a dope level, but I feel like Neymar 2018, Neymar 2018, bro, that was the best Neymar we ever saw. Hazard 2019, the best Hazard we ever saw. Maybe you could argue, you could drop 2017 there, maybe 2014, but 2019, the best one. Robin, like between 2011 and 2012 to 2014, best Robin we ever saw. Like, even though the man consistently injured, but best Robin we ever saw, and so on and so forth. Like all these niggas had one, and if you notice with the Ballon d'Or, that's why so few niggas have more than one. But
No, but this is why I'm saying like niggas like Drogba like had a stretch of years where they were fighting at the top. Him and Lil Wayne, him and Wayne Rooney were fighting for top scorer damn near every season. You know what I'm saying?
Right. But my thing is that the Ballon d'Or thing is like all the players did that for a sizable portion. But what was the 1 year where we were like, no, you were different then? Because even
2010 was trouble.
Exactly. Same with Pogba. Juve Pogba has been smoky, but you see the 2015 one.
Pogba 2015.
Bro, that was the one where I'm like, hi, what is this nigga fit? At Madrid second leg. My man, when they went to the final, obviously Bossa sorted them in the final, but Pogba, bro, that 2015 one, it's like, hi.
I think the main issue that United had was that, especially during that era, is that everyone kept going to United thinking that they would be the difference to bring them back to what they used to be, more than I want to be part of the team and play with everyone. That's the main issue.
Yeah, that's a very big issue. But anyway, man, no, we cooked. We gave y'all niggas the whole 7 colors with dessert, man. You can't say anything.
Nama sweets.
Nama sweets, Fetu. Nama sweets. And Fetu, on that tone, this was an absolute sweet, saucy, and sensational display from the world's most sensational podcast, the Let Me Mansplain Podcast.
Aye, boo.
The nigga will use words he don't really know.
Yeah, guess this. Kuthiwa ngabe uyaphi? Manazi ukuthi ngiyokhuluma isingisi ungangibisi ngoba angifuni ukuba lapho. Into engizoyenza ngizosukuma lapho ngisakhuluma isingisi nonke ngivele ngifake impama. Nonke neskin sakho.
madoda kodwa niyizwile madoda i-podcast ye-Mansplain sengiyichazile ngasisiyeke isingisi bekuyimi umfoka Bavaria uqobo lwakhe
Umfoka Sniper.
and this was the let me run that back and this is and this always will be the world's most sensational podcast, the Let Me Mansplain Podcast. We on and out.
We gone.